All right, what's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Tub Takes. This is a video podcast where we go over what's been making waves in the VGC scene. Today, I am joined by my co-host Adi.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back. As you can see, I'm back home, and I literally had sprinted back from my dentist appointment to be here on time, and I'm still late. So, thank you guys for waiting.
Very grateful for both of our guests making this time work for us because they're both over in Europe and it is like midnight at this point. So, thank you both for coming on. And Luca, appreciate finally having you here. You know, we had to wait until I forgot. We had to wait until you got a worthwhile accomplishment that we wanted to talk about, a regional win. That's massive in regulation H, so congrats again.
Thank you very much. It's actually winning Stuttgart was actually not the main goal. The main goal was like making it to this podcast. So
Oh no. Oh, of course. Yeah, no, I'm very, very excited to get to talk to you about it today. And Michael, you ended up finishing in top 4 over in Stuttgart, a very, very solid run. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. My goal was also to be here again. This time also with a result to share. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for having me, and yeah.
Yeah, super fun to get you both on here. And yeah, again, thank you for making the time work. We're going to be talking about Stuttgart, of course, as well as a couple of upcoming tournaments, and then ultimately the transition to Regulation F. This is the final Regulation H tournament, so we're laying it to rest. Actually, it is already December now that we're recording this, so it's done. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
But let's finish up the intro here. So if you guys are in the chat and you have any questions for our guests, we have a former world champion on. We have Michael, multiple Top Cut worlds. If you have any questions,
yeah,
world's runner up. Well, he's also got he keeps doing it. Although it's top 16 this year,
I
right?
dodged Luca in Hawaii, though. I wish I could have played him in semis, but yeah.
Every time I have to refer to Michael to people who don't play Pokemon, I'm like, yeah, my German friend who got second, third, and fifth of the last 3 world championships, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, really, really crazy.
Yeah, 100%. So, anyways, this is going to be uploaded on YouTube tomorrow. So if you're here now and you'd much prefer to watch this on YouTube, or you're not going to be around for the whole thing, then you can definitely check it out on Adi's YouTube channel, which is CK49 on YouTube. And with that, let's go ahead and get into it. I guess we do already have 2 questions. One said, were you talking about the DLC stuff? We actually are going to be talking about it. I think we missed out on it when Chimeco dropped, so we'll touch on it
Chimeco,
yeah. So we can talk about that one because we actually haven't talked about it yet. And then will Michael win the next rematch with Luca? That's, I guess, for Michael. I don't know.
Never. I think I'm 0-4 in games, and at least against Zine, where I'm also 0-2, I at least won a game. But did I? I'm not sure. But
oh, you mean 0-4 in sets?
No, in games. In games.
No,
oh, in games. Okay.
Yeah. Luckily, there's only one player who was able to beat me 3 times, and that is Aurelian. But yeah, I think Luca will be the next one.
Maybe
if we manage to play into each other again.
Right. All right. So with that, then we got a couple of tournaments to talk about here coming up. I actually just saw this one now, but Toronto getting some more spots. So I don't know. I guess this one's like for a very small amount of people. Adi, you did not get in, right? So are you?
Yeah. You know what? Now I've got 2 days to decide if I'm going to go. So I'll probably try to register, and that will be the deciding factor.
Right. I mean, they have the healthier refund policy now, so might as well give it a shot. But also, who knows how big this window is? It doesn't seem to be mentioned. Just says limited seats will be opening. So if you are, if you missed out on Toronto the first time and you really want to go, this is your chance. Actually, wait a minute. Luca, any chance that you're going to Toronto?
No, but though, like I had both Marco and Fede going and keep pestering me about going to it as
Oh,
well.
So it
wait,
sounds like you have another
now?
chance. Sounds like you have another chance to register.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you got $6,000. That's easily enough for a trip to Toronto. You can
And you
make
can
some
just
more
make it
money.
back. You can just make it
Th-
back.
Oh, that's definitely a way. I
Think about the
I'm
travel
pretty
award as well.
yeah, I'm pretty fond of gambling, but yeah, I
Right.
I'm doing studies abroad, so I would actually prefer to just stay there and like study. I
That's
Right.
I've
makes sense.
already traveled to the other side of the world once. This like 2 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
So
Right.
doing
If
it,
you don't mind me
I
asking,
love
where are
my
you studying
friends.
abroad?
I'm studying in Munich now. So now
Oh,
me and Michael are fellow countrymen, I guess.
That means that the hometown regional was won by someone who currently lives in Germany.
Oh my god, dude.
I went to the Stuttgart local 1 month ago. So actually,
Oh, Marcus told me about that.
the Stuttgart regional stayed like at home, I guess.
That's so funny. That's actually so funny that you've been in Germany and you kind of did win it for the home team. That's so funny. Um,
Or for
although I
the four
think
Italian in a row. We don't talk about that. Shh.
yeah, I was gonna say I think I saw a Marco Fiero tweet or something that said like that's 4 Italian wins in a row. Crazy. Um, and yeah, Eric Rios might be going to it. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a number of out of region players looking to go to Toronto, it sounds like, and maybe even more if they can manage to snipe one of these spots. So I guess time will
Wait, now that I
tell.
think about it, the
Yeah.
last European regional last season was also won by a different Italian, right? In
Yeah,
Bologna,
correct. Yeah, correct.
not Bologna. What was it
Oh,
again?
but
But yeah,
It was Bologna.
it
Turin is
was
this year.
Bologna.
Bologna was last year.
Yeah, right. So it's actually five Italians in a row.
Oh, if you go back to the previous season, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some funny streaks going on because what was it, Adi? You were talking about the NA hasn't earned a Worlds invite in forever at Internets
and
or
three
whatever.
straight internets. Yeah.
Oh man, we gotta break these
I
curses. We gotta
haven't
break
won a
these streaks.
stream match. I have also a streak. I lost my last six stream matches. I haven't won on stream for a long time, and the player here in this call has beaten me twice in this one streak.
If
You hate
it
to
makes
see
you
it.
feel better, I was like losing. I almost lost like next to all my matches from last year on stream until I played you in Frankfurt.
Oh wow.
Didn't go well like in Frankfurt though. So at least
hmm
at least I had to pay a
Happens.
price there. Now Institute was a little bit better, I guess.
Somebody did point out. I guess Adi, we did earn some invites at Worlds at the very least, so we have that going for us.
We did. And it's crazy that you have a losing streak on stream because this is the first time in my life that I have a winning streak on stream. Because I've
Yo,
won two
let's go.
straight.
Let's
uh,
go.
I guess you both
Nice.
have to book for Toronto regional then.
it's true.
Yes.
And then maybe I can play Michael on stream. It'd be
Yep.
great.
Yep.
Only way I could beat Michael is play him on stream.
Yeah, that's how you guys got to get him. That's how you got to get him. Get him while he's weakest.
Now I'm tempted to go to Toronto. Not gonna lie. Also, I will think about it.
All right. Another thing going
Oh,
on this weekend, actually, we have a grassroots tournament. We talked about it last week, I think maybe at some point. But anyways, Balan's VGC Wonderworld 1500 prize pool is not small by any means. I don't know if they posted the breakdown of prizing. I don't think I see it, but
I think it's on that Discord. They said,
sure. Okay.
like
Okay.
it's written there.
Got it.
But
But
a long
go ahead.
tournament, probably. I just wanted to say, if you take a look at the registration number, I just want to know how much it is, because last time I checked,
Oh
it was
yeah.
like 450.
Mhm.
600.
No,
We're four,
It is kind of funny because I
away
think
from
we checked it like a week ago and it was at like 400 something. So I don't know if obviously there's nothing stopping people from registering right now at the very least. So if you
Yeah.
wanted to play in
Yeah,
it, you could just get it done immediately. But there also might be a number of people who are going to decide like, the Friday before and then actually register then.
I think there will be a lot of people that will decide like 2 hours before as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I guess
Like
what time is it
I'm
starting for y'all? I didn't see what's the start time on this thing.
5 p.m.
Oh
5
wait, does it
p.m.
it does
So
auto convert for me, right? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, so
5
this
p.m.
is
is
5.
actually, I
Dude,
mean,
I
5 p.m. is
actually
actually pretty good for Europeans if they just wanna like play a couple matches, but like it will carry on for until like 3 a.m. or
Midnight.
something.
I think not that long. Like I think they only play 8 rounds day one, so
mhm.
it will
Yeah, but
last
at the same
as long as
time,
it.
there's bound to be like so many disconnection there, and like when
Ah.
every people just playing Instant Rilla and Calm Hydrogen Bolt, like you cannot you
How
cannot
could I
expect
forget?
round to like last less than an hour, I guess.
You're convincing
That's
me
true.
not to sign up now. I was about to say that
Why? Yeah.
this part's so nice for me is that we don't normally get tournaments starting this late on the West Coast. 8 a.m. is actually pretty good for us. Victory Road will normally toss us like a 6 a.m. or something like that, and I'm like, oh, this is so brutal. 8 a.m. is actually a little more reasonable for me. So it's a thought. But yeah, I have not been playing a whole lot of Regulation F, so I'd definitely be a little bit rusty. But it could be fun. It's cool that it's got prizing. And I mean, it's just cool that they're doing this in general. I mean, it's awesome that they're hosting this tournament so quickly. We're gonna see. I mean, we had Victory Road already, kind of establish what people are looking at in the return to Reg F. But now that Regulation H is officially over, there's no reason for people to be playing anything else if they've got an upcoming tournament. We're
Mhm.
all on the same format now.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
I mean, first off, like you said, Regulation F does suffer from the fact that it probably has the longest rounds out of any format we've had since Series 1 when we had Dendozo mirrors everywhere, because of the Combine Bolt mirrors and how often those games go to time. So that is, yeah, it is going to probably go a little later than what we'd expect. Um, on the other hand, I think there's a bunch of really big grassroots tournaments coming up in December. Because there's no official tournaments. This one's really big. And I know there's a charity tour coming up on December 20th. That has a $400 prize pool as well. That I saw, and we'll highlight that when it comes up. And then I might be casting one in January. There's another charity tour. That's sponsored by Spear Pillar and a couple other people. And so there's just a bunch of really cool tournaments coming up, and it's going to be great to see what the Regulation F metagame looks like, what people come up with ahead of time before we start to, because the first tournament in Regulation F is actually Toronto, and that's like the middle of January, so we have a whole month and a half to kind of let this format simmer and see what innovations people come up with before we have to actually go and play this format really seriously.
Right.
I remember, speaking of big grassroots tournaments, like last year, it was similar. Like right after Christmas, there were two tournaments with huge prize pools and also like over 500 participants on like December 27th and December 29th. So
Mhm.
I think around this time of the year, people really like to go all out.
Yeah, that's fun. Absolutely
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, everyone's
Anybody here thinking
everyone's
about playing? Go ahead,
everyone's
Luca.
done. What?
Sorry, I was cutting you off. Go ahead and talk.
No, yeah, I was just agreeing with Michael. Like everyone's at home. Hopefully, like majority of people have enjoyed their vacation, and what's more enjoyable than just yeah going against double fakeouts and actually ranking
Right.
high.
Yeah. You could never. You said you could never.
Yeah,
Got to
I
use
could
the
never.
giraffe to keep you safe. Maybe the giraffe can keep you safe from the double fake outs. Um, I don't know any
That's actually a
famous
good
giraffes though.
argument.
Luca's for a giraffe.
Yeah, like it
Um,
just depends on
Yeah.
which giraffe. Like I guess if we account for Regime Bolt, I've
it
been
is kind of
playing
a
giraffe
giraffe.
for like 2 years straight.
That thing, I
Yeah.
don't know. I think of it more of as a dinosaur because like they're all dinosaurs. So that one, it's just like a man. What is the tall neck dinosaur? Is it like a
Brontosaurus.
Bronchios? What is it?
Brontosaurus.
Bront. Okay, I was gonna
Brontosaurus,
say
right?
bronchio. Like, I think that's like a cold or something.
Bronchio.
Or close to it.
Sounds
Oh.
cool.
So I might be spreading misinformation, but wasn't it like one of the really common dinosaurs that didn't actually exist? Like everyone knows about it, and it's like also Brachiosaurus, also another one of the long neck dinosaurs. I'm looking it up now. But yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've gotten nerd sniped. I'm gonna go find this out. You guys can keep talking about Pokemon.
All right. Well,
Since Luca
go ahead.
said Luca's Farigiraf is cool. Luca, you also played with Wolves in Cinewar, and I think Federico's Whimsicott. No,
Yeah.
did you?
No,
I
yeah,
don't remember. But like,
it was Federico's Whimsicott.
Yeah.
I changed it from LAC because obviously like I couldn't really play it at LAC. I guess I
yeah.
got a good luck charm. But Wolf is Incineroar was actually good for me specifically because I was 29 IVs on speed
Right.
Yeah,
Incineroar.
but you gave
And
the information away, right? You played on an
no, because
information disadvantage.
I mean, like no one even remembers that thing, but like I saw that it actually had 29 IVs, and yeah, I mean, I
I
don't
mean,
need to like make my own. There's already this one, and also like there's a fun fact about that is that for that reason I took the Incineroar and Farigiraf as well, and I just did it AV them on my own and everything. And when I play them in the GCs, um, I completely forgot about changing terras. So I played all like what was like 30 games, and I didn't realize that I had like the wrong terra on for giraffe and the wrong terra on Incineroar. I guess like Terra Water on for giraffe is still good, but Terra Bug was terrible actually, and and I ended up losing me the game. I played like Eriklios in I was like fifth and he was 40 points behind me. And when we played, I led very bad because my Incineroar was lower and I was
Yeah.
under the fake out against the Incineroar and Typhlosion. And I was saying, yeah, I'm going to go for Terra Ghost, fake out into his Typhlosion on turn one, predicting that. And as I go to click the R button, I just see like the bug icon pop up and I
Yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I cannot do that. And basically I got 4-0'd in returns, I guess. I forfeited. I didn't do a single HP of damage.
What game number was this that you said? Like,
It was in
one of
in
the
the GC.
later
no,
In
no, like
GC.
how far
Yeah.
into it was it? Like,
It was, I guess, like 10 hours before the end of the GC. But yeah, basically, I was doing very well. Like I was fifth, and then like Eric destroyed me in that turn, and like I guess like it made it so that he ended up finishing second and first in Europe. So I
yeah.
ended up
I
like
just thought it was
top
funny
8
that
in
you
Europe.
didn't notice it at all before that, you know? Like, just any point before.
I completely forgot about it. Like I was doing, I did all the Vs, I PP maxed all the moves, but I completely forgot about the terrace, and I
Yep.
just
but
discovered at the point.
you rather lose to Eric in the GC than in the regional.
That's true.
I
That's
mean,
true. All
that's
right.
I mean, it's better to win
concealed
again.
information. I lost so fast that he didn't know anything about my team, I guess.
That you were. It was the long con, the information game. Um.
Right.
So we have one other bit of news before we get over to talking about Stuttgart shortly, and that is just some of the ZA DLC stuff coming out. We actually never ended up talking about the other couple of megas that they've put out, but I think today they released
Mega Lucario
Mega
Z, and
Lucario Z.
that's it. Yeah.
And I don't know. What do we think about it, Luca? I'll start with you.
Just off of like the sound of the name.
Well,
Uh,
I just like how it
no,
looks and stuff. Yeah, everything. Yeah.
I guess like I like it. Like it seems cool. Though I I seen like a couple of complaints on Twitter that I agree with. Like, why is it not a psychic type?
Mm-hmm.
Like it just like this design just screams psychic type to me. So why is it still?
It's been confirmed that it's still
Yeah.
fighting steel. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. I dropped the link.
Got it.
Um, yeah, that's unfortunate for sure. But yeah, I can give you my like opinion on it as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
I I'm a little confused why it's Mega Lucario Z. Also in this picture, yeah, this picture reflects it a little better because the colors remind me of shiny Zygarde,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that's why it's Mega Lucario Z, because otherwise the Z doesn't make any sense, right? Like why? I guess you already have a Mega Lucario, so you need some kind of explanation to. It's just weird where that's Z. I don't know why they chose Z. Over something else. Like they could have also said base Lucario is now like Lucario X and the other one is Lucario Y. Also, I'm not a big fan if a Pokemon gets two Megas, honestly, but the design is alright. And my guess is that it will get Mega Launcher as an ability because it looks like a special attacker, and also in the trailer, the Aura Sphere from this Lucario was bigger than the Aura Sphere from the other Lucario. So I think Mega Launcher sounds um, possible. Doesn't make it better than Adaptability Lucario. We don't know the stats and everything, but yeah, that's just my guess.
I like
So
that. I like
let me
that.
push back on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm reading the descriptions on the website, and I feel like the descriptions are the hints about what they expect this Pokemon to do, what it's being
Yeah.
like, what it's being given to do. And it says areas of its body, such as the back of its hands and its shins, have been hardened by steel energy. By concentrating this strength precisely into these hardened parts, it can you deliver powerful blows that wouldn't seem possible based on its appearance. Um, but I guess I'm looking at what you have on screen and it's talking about its aura a little more, which I guess it is the aura Pokemon. But yeah, no, here it also says like it's channeling its blows by concentrating aura into specific parts of its bodies, like legs or fists. Um, which doesn't seem to
Okay.
imply that it's a special attacker, right? That to me says that it's going to have a really high physical attack stat and it's going to have some ability that gives it a physical boost.
Steely Spirit? Steel Energy?
Maybe.
Dude, it's gonna have the Steely Spirit one.
I don't
Steely
know.
Spirit was my first thought, but
I
it's
don't know.
not
Like,
it's not thematic, right?
Go ahead, Luca.
yeah, this doesn't. In my opinion, like it's going to be a special attacker, and given that it's way too popular for Game Freak to like did it dirty, I guess like I'm excited to see how much can they manage to min-max this Lucario. Like
Hmm.
if I'd be interested in seeing if they actually manage to remove some attack just to dump it in more useful stats.
The thing about Mega Lucario in the regular form is that it's already a very strong mixed attacker, right? Like it's got
Yeah.
stats on both sides. So it just feels like they can't do that again for sure. So it has to be like swinging one way or the other, or they randomly make it very slow and bulky. Like that's the only way to like give it some kind of like some kind of distinction between that and the regular form. I don't really have a good call for the ability. I kind of liked both the guesses so far, though. Those seem kind of funny. I don't think they'll give Steely Spirit to something else besides Berserker. It just feels like one of those one-off abilities, but I mean they could. What was the name of Delmize's ability? What's that one?
Steelworker, right?
Steelworker. Okay, I don't think they would do that either, but it's just like I'm just trying to think.
No,
But
but that would be kind of hard because it doesn't give you stab. I think it just gives you the 50% boost on steel type moves, right?
yes,
Is what Bulbapedia is
Yeah,
saying.
it's
So
a
you would just
50%,
get like yeah. So it actually would like get a an extra boost, more than an adaptability boost on a steel type moves, which is pretty cool.
yeah.
If it were to get Steelworker. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Mega Lucario that no one wants to hear. It's really, really hard to make it better than Urshifu. It doesn't matter what you do.
Well,
If it's a fighting type, especially if it's a fighting type around
Unseen
like
Fist.
90 to 100
Unseen
base speed,
Fist. Unseen Fist.
right? Like what do you do? And so honestly, man, if Mega Lucario got Unseen Fist, I wouldn't even be mad. That'd be kind of hard. I'd be a little mad, but
Mega with the unseen fist.
Um,
No.
Yeah, especially like all these fighting types. All these fighting types just have so much competition. Fighting steel, like what I wish they did was I wish they made this like I wish they gave it a ton of bulk because I think this is like actually a pretty good defensive typing, all things considered. But I sadly don't think that that's the direction they're going in. I think they're going to continue to make it like this frail, powerful attacker, and we just have too many frail, powerful attackers that are fighting types already, and it's just like I don't think this is going to be good unless they really, really give it a crazy ability.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
And like technically, like it, what we're technically lacking is like a special attacking fighting type. But yeah, like it will need an actual move because like Aura Sphere and Flash Cannon are both subpar moves, and they're kind of like the best that Lucario has in the special department, if I remember correctly. Like obviously, like not accounting for Focus Blast or like I don't know if he gets Steel Beam, but it will be pretty subpar either way. So I guess the only way like you as a fast attacker to kind of be separated from the bunch is either like some godlike ability or yeah, as you said, being like something that's separated from the bunch, which is like special attack, more
Right.
like a lot of special attack and actually good moves. But I guess it is just off of what the champion decides to give Lucario rather than like the Megan itself.
Yeah,
Chat,
I gotta say, go ahead, Adi.
chat, drop your guesses for the ability in chat, or if you're watching on YouTube in the comments, so that you can say that you got it right ahead of time. You got to do that.
When are we gonna find
Go ahead,
out?
Alex.
That's the part that I really want to know. I just want to know when we're getting our answers. My new copium is that like basically on the day of or right after they release the DLC, that's when all the forms are going to be available in Pokemon Home, and then we'll know all these abilities. Absolutely not. That's actually not going to happen, but it would be nice. Um,
That's cope.
one, I know it is, of course, but everything's cope when it comes to Pokemon champions and everything these days. So, uh,
Right.
this I gotta say though, I don't actually really like the way I like the color scheme of the Pokemon, but I don't like this like thing, this like weird horseshoe that's around its head. It's just kind of confusing me. Actually seeing it, I never actually ended up watching the trailer. Seeing it in that video, seeing that it can like I guess like lay down like hair makes it feel a little more normal, but it's weirding me out. This picture is just so strange.
I don't know if people talked about it, but I heard it a lot that it just makes the Urshifu pose.
Oh
I don't know
no,
if you guys
no.
talked about it,
It
but
does. It
Yeah,
does.
it's actually it's kind of like a mix of both of the two poses. Like
Stop, stop,
it stands
stop.
on one it stands on one like on one leg, just as like what it was like the Gigantamax Rapid Strike Urshifu,
Yeah.
but it keeps like the posture as like the how do you say like the single strike Urshifu. So yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
One thing
Okay,
in the
I'm reading the
chat.
description, and it does
Yeah.
say in close combat, this can work to visually disorient your opponents. Which visually disorients your opponents is an unseen fist. One would say.
No, come
So
on. Come on.
I'm buying in. That's my bet. It's unseen fist. It looks like Urshifu. It smells like Urshifu. It's an Urshifu.
Yeah, it's
Somebody
an Urshifu that needs to tell
yeah, you have to mega first, right? At least I mean at least there's like a step involved,
Imagine
but I don't
like it doesn't have a crit signature move, right? Like Searching Strike's Wicked Blow, but it has enough focus in the base form to be immune to Intimidate, and it would also be immune to Fake Out, I guess.
I'm not gonna actually. I don't want Unseen Fist on this thing, but I do think that like one of my least favorite parts of Urshifu is that it's like the double edged sword that it crits and it hits through protect. Like if we could intimidate it consistently, that would be nice. Or if it was always critting, but it couldn't hit through protect. I think if it ended up having Unseen Fist, as long as it has like its normal ish Lucario move pool, we could probably learn to deal with it. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, I
Also,
agree.
somebody
I think
somebody
that
mentioned the. Go
if
ahead.
if I think that if Urshifu, it's a totally different discussion, right? But like, I think if Urshifu just crit and didn't hit their protect, it would actually be a really, really healthy Pokemon. Because we do actually need counterplay to like crazy defense boosting Pokemon and intimidate cycling, and it does kind of serve that purpose. It's just the fact that it hits the protect that is so unhealthy for the game, in my opinion.
Somebody in the chat said new signature ability, and I want to mention this every time that we like talk about megas. This is a new wave of megas, so they don't have to follow any set of sort of pre-existing restrictions. But most of the megas, I think, besides Mega Kang, did not get signature abilities. They were all like existing abilities. So I think that a lot of them
It was
probably...
only Mega Kang.
Yeah. Everyone always likes to point out, but Mega Rayquaza, I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. Like, I guess that one counts too.
Yeah, but
But yeah, the real answer is just Mega Kang. So only a few had new abilities. No, I think it was like literally just one. Like it's actually, I think, just a single one. Mega Salamence, Mega Pinsir also had it.
Salamence is not a new ability.
Mega
like,
Pinsir had it first.
Oh no, like it means like they technically like a lot of like the 8 abilities, like the ones that turn normal types into they were all put like for technically for Mega Pokemon, but they're not exclusive to any like Mega Pokemon.
Well,
the flying
non-megas who have like Sylveon, Aurorus has Refrigerate, and I think flying. Does anybody have flying?
Nobody got the flying one. It was Mega exclusive.
I relate it's just like for the Megas.
Yeah. And then eventually we got Galvanize, right? The electric one later down the line. For
Golem. Which is actually like the only one that has Galvanize, actually, I think.
Yeah,
I believe so.
It does.
All right, let's bounce back to talking about some of the other ones. We actually never talked about Mega Zeraora. Oops, not that one, but I just wanted to look at it.
You mean Mega Luxray?
Yeah, it is Mega Luxray. Yeah, I actually think the design is maybe not the design. I just really like the color scheme again. I'm a sucker for like blues and shades of blue, so I think it looks cool. But I guess the first thing is, let me ask you guys: are we gonna get to play with this one or no?
It's a mythical, so probably not. Unless they are saying that mythicals will be allowed from now on. Because we played with mythicals in an unofficial format, so maybe. We were also distributing some mythicals now, so.
Yeah, technically, I think like the mythical, I saw like a bit of the Rick J of like Japanese streams,
right?
And like it I think, in my opinion, mythicals are very weird because they're most of the time not worth it as like a filler for restricted, and they're probably like too good when they're like not limited to a certain number of slots. So it's pretty weird, and I don't think like Zeraora has like even if they allow it some way, I think it's gonna be either way too broken because they allow it in like something like the equivalent of the national decks, or they put it in like alongside the restricted, and then it's not worth, I guess. Also, like one thing that I want to say is that I didn't really remember how Zeraora regular looks like, so is it actually the same Pokemon? Like, is it
I'm with you,
Pokemon?
right? Let me go. Let's go take a quick look.
Did they just reskins? Like, is it actually only a reskin?
Yeah, I think it only has different colors. Like, I don't know if it.
I find that like you see Luxio.
Wait, not that one.
Yeah. I think I want to talk about the competitive aspect about Zeraora for just a sec. I know that in like doubles in Gen 8, Zeraora was pretty decent because it has a lot of cool supporting moves. Like it has Fake Out, it has Snarl, it has Coaching, it has Taunt, and it's just really fast. So I think like supporter Zeraora is not bad, and it would be weird to have a mega supporter. I mean, we have seen like, I guess mega Ordino is a support, but a lot of the megas were there for damage. Obviously also Salamence, I guess, is somewhat a Tailwind support, but I wonder if mega Zeraora would be more of a support than an actual attacker. I mean, it has good coverage as well with like close combat, knockoff, blaze kick, but yeah, really interesting to see. But But yeah,
I
let
know,
work as
yeah.
well.
I do think we just probably won't get to play with it, unfortunately, but it looks kind of fun. Something I forgot to mention during the Lucario discussion is that it is their first ever Z Megas. I've seen a couple people joking about it in the chat that it does open the door for us to get like Charizard Z. If they really want to dip in there one more time, they could. But yeah, and then I also stand with Michael's take that he doesn't like to see double megas. But I honestly, that's just from a like it's much more like fun when the love is spread across all the Pokemon, and you just see something that is didn't. I get that they want to do popular Pokemon. That's the real reason that they might double dip on one, but it'd be a
Chimecho,
lot more fun
right?
to see something else get one. Yeah, like the Chimecho one. A lot of people were excited for that one. Let's take a look at
Yeah,
this guy.
like I'm not that like a fan of Trimac or anything, but the mega is actually super good. I didn't even notice at first that like it forms kind of a chingling in
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the coin that it has in the back, and that is actually like the detail on itself will just makes it, I guess, one of the best designs that I ever seen in a mega, and I think it's the best mega from ZA now. That
Hmm.
I
I don't
agree.
think there is anything topping that in among the new megas.
It looks so
Gravity is
cool. It,
close, but
Design wise,
yeah, I
obviously.
agree.
mhm.
Its
It
design
won't
is
be
really
very
nice.
good, unfortunately. Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
Early, sorry.
I don't think as well like this like it could be at best like a bronze on Grippo. So why would
Mhm.
you waste your Terra on that? Your mega on that?
Yeah,
Audio.
sadly, I mean, like, it's most especially since it's a psychic type, right? I feel like they almost always make these a support Pokemon. Chimecho is naturally a support Pokemon, if you can even call it that. And it's so hard to invest your mega slot into a support Pokemon, right? And that's just how it's historically been, outside of maybe restricted formats where this thing probably is power crept, unless they give it a lot of stats or again a crazy ability.
Yeah, it's a
I
crazy
don't know.
ability.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. And Alex, if you're on the DLC page, you could click to get more info about it. Because again, I like speculating about the ability based on what
I couldn't
they
figure out where to go
here.
from
I'll
here.
drop a link, and then I clicked on the image and I found it. Um,
Okay, thank you.
Is
but
Chimecho a steel type?
it's Psychic Steel.
It's a steel
Um,
type.
and it in this form, Chimecho is flanked by 6 dangling copies, always waves and flutters, even there's no wind blowing. When Chimecho lets out a cry, the copies join in and resonate with it, which seems to give me the impression that it's like something that sounds like punk rock. It's probably not punk rock because that
Or
doesn't
sound
isn't
move
thematically
stuff, yeah.
correct, but like the sound move buff does sound like it would make sense. But like psychic noise, is that the sound move is clicking? Right? Like, I don't know. Um,
I also have
or
a guess.
maybe like if it's something like the equivalent of Pixelate, where it can click hyper voice, that would also like kind of make sense as well. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what ability would fit with
I see
this.
the vision, audio. I see
But
the
it's clearly
vision.
sound based.
Basically, because
I
I think this is like Wolf's favorite Pokemon or something, and he had like a really old tweet saying that he was like, when are they releasing Mega Chimecho? It was actually pretty funny. It was like in 2014. And now that it's here, I think what they're gonna do is because it gets Perish Song, they're gonna give it Perish Song that only affects the enemy side. That's what we'll get. Just for Wolf.
but I think it has to do something with like Ironade or something, like where normal type moves or sound type based moves will turn into steel type moves and maybe get a boost because Chimecho does not learn a single steel type move. And I think if we like, yes, we have the Gyarados dilemma, which like Gyarados at least learns like Bounce and Hurricane, right? As a flying type. Surely Chimecho they will not give it randomly like Flash Cannon or something. I think it will have like sound steel type 8, like liquid
Makes sense,
voice,
yeah.
but for steel types.
That's good
And maybe
reasoning,
it gets
honestly.
Yeah,
boom burst. Steel type boom burst would be cool.
yeah, that would be pretty cool, but like can you check what Chimecho stats are actually?
Yeah.
Because you only get a plus 100. So
Right,
I mean, they
right.
can min-max
yeah,
it and like take away 30 from attack, so it gets 130.
Wow,
That's
yeah,
still
Michael,
not
we're
good
taking
though.
30 from our
yeah,
attack and we're down to 20. Holy.
I mean,
yeah.
Beedrill went from 45 special attack to 15, so
Yeah, that was
Mega
funny.
Beedrill followed a similar
Yeah,
similar path.
though, like I I guess like the problem though is that even then, Steel and Psychic is not that great of a like of a coverage. Like
Oh,
No,
offensively,
like
but
yeah.
what
Steel is
I
like Steel is
I
pretty good. Like
Often.
Steel is pretty good, but like Psychic does not really complement anything.
Hmm.
And
but big
Steel
brain.
doesn't complement Psychic, so you keep all of Psychic's weaknesses, I think, except for Bug, right? So like, and
Yes.
you don't gain any of the resistances that Steel is already
Yeah,
sort of
but
targeted down
yeah,
defensively.
but
It's
So
like fighting, right?
it's not good offensively or defensively, in my opinion.
It is
Hmm.
not, but what if they drop 30 attack and 50 speed? And then you have 180 points you can play with, and it's a Trick Room Sweeper, which just spams Steel type Boom Burst.
Uh-huh,
Um,
uh-huh.
but that
and
looks
then you
pretty
have like a
cool though.
Telepathy mon next to
Yeah,
it.
the point is like you will need a telepath mode because otherwise like your team is dying before your opponent.
That's
No,
fine,
no, no,
honestly. As
it
long
will
as you're
not,
killing both of their
because
Pokemon. Oh, yeah, got it.
go
Go
back
ahead.
to the description. Go back to the description. Mega Chimecho's cries have a bright, refreshing tone, and they soothe the hearts of trainers who hear them. The sounds are said to have
Oh,
cleansing properties to ward off malice like a protective talisman. And then also, and this is why I don't think it's going to be an attacker. I think it's going to be a support Pokemon. Foes faced with these attacks may forget what they're doing or even who they are. And even if a foe manages to win, it's said that defeated Mega Chimecho will emit a reverberating sound like breaking glass. Even in victory, the enemy is left in an ongoing state of shock. So I think that
Oh,
it
it's
is going to
Aftermath.
be a
It's just Aftermath.
confusion. I don't think it's going to be Aftermath because that would be really bad. I mean, it could be.
It would be
yeah.
I
so
think it's going to be a
bad.
confusion related ability. If it like, I don't know. I think this is the one that needs the signature ability more than any other Pokemon. So if
Yeah.
it might just be Aftermath. If it's not, like, it wouldn't shock me if it was like your allies get soundproof and also all of your sound moves confuse your opponents and it gets Perish Song and the goal is to like you said, perish your opponents, not you,
Imagine.
and also confuse them when you click Perish Song, and that would go
Dude,
like
Perish
maybe
Confusion.
be viable.
Chill, chill, chill.
Like, I'm just thinking, how
I
would you
guess
possibly make this
yeah,
Pokemon even one that I would
yeah,
ever look at, right? And that's what it needs. That's the level of broken it
yeah.
needs. Honestly, like, I'm here for it. I've been saying this the entire time. Every time one of these is revealed, make these megas broken. Like, it's okay to give these crazy abilities because otherwise you are never using them over Metagross and Charizard and Salamence, and all these other
Yeah.
like crazy megas.
Yeah, agree. Something that doesn't need to be like a crazy ability, I guess, is Mega Excalibur,
Right, yeah. That guy,
Yeah.
which
It will get
now
Intrepid Sword, no problem.
which now makes uh, which now makes Dragapult the only legendary that didn't really get anything
like
from
another form,
from
right?
Game Freak. Instead, yeah, like didn't really get Dragapult is the only one that didn't really get anything among the pseudo legendaries.
What about is Hexwiz not one?
No,
It's
I
not a
think
pseudo.
it's not. It's not. I
it's not a
think it's
pseudo.
not a 600 base
It's
stat.
just Hydreigon. I thought Gen 5 had like two. Like Gen 3 also had two, right? With Metagross
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
But
Metagross and
no,
uh
Haxorus
Salamence,
was not.
Salamence,
but
yeah.
Exodus is
But
not. Yeah.
Hexwiz was not.
Haxorus is not.
Mm.
Volcarona also not, despite it having like pretty crazy stats. But yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
interesting.
But yeah, it's
I mean,
not a new take, but everybody's saying that they think this is going to be like a super special attacking guy. I think
oh,
that
There's
what?
if they did
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like
There's just it's just like how do you possibly add a hundred base stat to this thing and then and have it not be very good?
right.
did you guys know that it gets Ice Hammer now? Which is
Yeah.
Really?
pretty cool. Yeah, they showed it
Wow.
in the trailer, like when they showcased
Uh,
gameplay of
That's
that's
it
actually a
fun.
and
pretty good move.
showcased Ice.
That's actually a pretty good move, but I guess I think this Mega will gain speed, so I don't think it will
Yeah, if
lose
it
You think it
anything.
loses
loses
speed, it
faster?
gets just more bulkier and more stronger.
I don't think it
Yeah,
looks
It
faster,
says
if
particularly.
it loses
in
speed,
the
it's just
description
over.
too.
Oh,
In
does
the
it?
description, on the website, it says this has sped up its reaction time, so it's almost certainly getting speed.
Yeah.
Oh
It's also like a lot
no!
slimmer than before.
Yeah.
Sped up its
Makes sense.
reaction time. Oh, it's
I
absolutely
think
getting speed.
I wouldn't be
Jeez.
surprised
Or it could be
if this guy gets
priority.
sharpness, right? Like,
That
just,
tracks.
but like just
Yeah, sharp.
I shard get a sharpness
Glaive
boost.
Rush?
Sharpness
No, Ice Shard
glaive
doesn't
rush.
get it.
Sharpness glaive rush is like the worst thing ever. How much damage is it?
But wait, is that a blade move or whatever?
But is Glaive Rush even a sharpness boosted move?
That's what I'm wondering.
It is not. Yeah,
It is
like
not?
it is not. Yeah, I don't know why, but instead apparently it isn't, but population bomb is. Don't ask me.
Yeah, I know that,
But
but why?
yeah, like according to PokeWiki and Bulbapedia, Glaive Rush and Ice Shot are both not boosted by it, so it needs new moves, which
Yeah,
it won't get.
so
But
yeah, no sharpness.
Yeah, this
Mm.
I don't know. It's funny. It does just. I saw so many people saying that they thought it was going to be a special attacker. But yeah, the how do you add 100 stats to that is definitely a very good question because it's already very well
Yeah,
rounded
like
as it
90%,
is.
they're giving it like at least like 20 or 30 points in special attack just to waste it.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Tyranitar,
from the-
Metagross, Salamence, we have
still-
all seen it there as well. I mean,
Mhm.
Dragonite, they messed up a little too much, I think. I don't know. Some people are excited for it, but yeah, I'm also just curious to see how it will play out. Because now, like, Scale Shot and Icicle Spear sets will not be as good because you have no loaded dice anymore. But obviously,
Right.
like, Glaive Watch,
You
Ice
could
Shot.
always,
still
technically, if you always hit for 4 times, you kind of have like a lot of dice.
True. True.
Right.
I think I'm pretty confident it's gonna have at least 50 points in speed given to it. Like the description, and that's the
50?
only
50
place where you
points, I
don't make
guess.
it uber broken.
50?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be
just says,
like
okay, you know what?
if it's
Who
anything
needs
less than
Dragon
130
Pulse?
speed, I'd be shocked.
Whoa.
It
50
would hit
points is crazy.
137 with the 50 points, so it's still slower than Dragapult. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I think it's gonna be
faster
130
than
speed.
I
all
think
the
it's going
135.
I think it's actually getting like 30 points top in speed.
I don't
think
know.
it's like
I definitely don't have. Go ahead.
they're getting a good speed, but they won't get too much because otherwise they're just giving too many efficient stat points to Bascalibur. So I don't
Yeah.
think
But like you can't
Mhm.
allocate the other 70 points and not make it broken is the thing. Like it still gets 70 more points if you give 30 speed.
I mean,
Just
you
make it
can
super
add up
fast.
a lot the defenses and like add plus 15 to the attack, I guess. I don't think they're gonna
Adi,
do a lot
base
more than speed.
You can't but a base 160 attack point Pokemon with base with 115 speed and also like over 100 in both of its defenses is also ridiculous. That's also insane.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I know.
more crazy than a base
So
135 speed stat Pokemon.
no, I think why it cannot be that fast, or like not that it can't be, but I think all these Pokedex entries, I call that, are sometimes a little made up.
Right.
I saw it with other makers as well, but sometimes they do not correlate to like what the actual stats are. It's more of a lore thing, but we will see.
Right. Yeah, I remember. I remember hearing forever ago that like something about how like the Pokedex is like written by like a kid or something like that, like the kid that's going on the journey, and so they're like Macargo's hotter than the sun, and it's like if Macargo was hotter than the sun, like it would just destroy everything around it, you know? Like it can't just exist like that. Like that's just how a kid would describe something very hot. So sometimes they are like exaggerated or played up.
See, with
But
Mike's, Glaive Rush second effect is not boosted by Sheer Force and doesn't get ignored. Just wanted to highlight that.
oh dang, would have been funny. Yeah, I mean they really probably want you to use Glaive Rush, right? Like that. They have
yeah,
that fun
actually, now
move.
that I think about it, yeah, having more speed if is kinda a double-edged sword. You see, like it's because it's
Uh-huh,
flat.
Glad to
It's the
know.
story
I
is
get you.
that.
I get you.
Because yeah, obviously like the faster you are, the more times you get a glaive rush before getting attacked. So
Right.
like it's
Right.
kind of weird. Obviously, like if it has like this crazy this crazy attack, it doesn't matter because there's nothing left after a glaive rush. There's nothing left to attack you. So
Right.
Right.
But you
Yeah.
also cannot carry clear amulet, so intimidate again. But yeah, we will see.
It's
yeah,
also a very good
we should
Pokemon
get
for
Defiant or something.
um
Right.
in terms of like megas and like their general usability as well. Like it's cool that this one's gonna have a strong ability beforehand. Like you can easily switch it on like a Will-O-Wisp still, or choose not to mega because Will-O-Wisp is at play. Like if it doesn't have thermal exchange afterwards, then yeah, you can still play on that on in the beforehand before you mega. So that's kind of fun. I don't think any of the other ones are particularly
Lucario with
amazing.
inner focus
It's
if it's a
decent,
physical
definitely,
attacker.
definitely
Or it gets
decent.
fake out in general. So like I also really like the idea behind like the skill. When do you use your mega? Um and stuff like that. I mean, Chimecho with Levitate, like obviously you probably want to Terra as early as possible, but if you think, oh, they are clicking a ground move now because I will be a steel type, you can also just decide to
That is pretty
keep it
funny.
as
That is pretty
regular
funny.
Chimecho.
Assuming it doesn't
So
have levitate on the other side, which I don't know. Somebody was telling me that like they always keep levitate. Like I mean, the Lotties, I guess, both kept levitate on Mega. So there might be people saying that this is just going to get levitate, no matter what. But I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see, ultimately.
right.
But that's this one and Electros. I'm still holding out for Earth Eater. Earth Eater would just be too funny on Mega Electros. Please, please.
Yeah, why
All right,
not?
we got to make sure we have enough time to talk about Stuttgart. So as fun as this was, I'm going to keep us moving along. But yeah, this is coming out next week, I believe, on the 10th.
On the
Yeah,
12th,
7 days.
so it's Friday.
It's actually on
Um,
Oh, is
Wednesday
it
when
on
it
the
comes
10th?
out.
On the 10th?
Yeah,
Wednesday.
on the 10th.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
in a week.
yeah.
I
So
think there will
I
be
think
not
we'll
no
actually.
more trailer as
Very
well. This
considerate
was the
of
last trailer.
very considerate of TPCI to remove any measure in December so that we can all collectively focus on the DLC, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Yeah, that was a big problem for like some, or not a big problem. Like in the end, you choose what you are going to do. But I think some people neglected their regionals because of ZA as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fun. Yeah, this I'm hoping that it's fun. I don't actually know a whole lot about what it's gonna be like, if it's just like story focused or if it's gonna have some other kind of crazy gameplay element, but we'll know in a week. So
We
um
can make donuts.
that's what we've all been waiting for.
I really was waiting for the Cooking Mama implementation.
Yes.
It looks fun.
um all right, let's go ahead and talk about Stuttgart. And so we actually have the winner of Stuttgart Regionals here with us. Luca, you ended up taking it all, only losing one set over the course of your run. And your team is not entirely brand new. We've seen some stuff like this, in fact, just last weekend in LAIC. So I guess I'm curious, how did you come to this team? Like, when did you? And I guess the why a little bit. Tell us a bit about it.
Okay, so I guess well, for something very similar to this team, Typhlosion, Whimsy, Farigiraf Versa, and Listener was around for like a lot of time. I started around 1 month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. I was managing a team for like a draft tournament, which also I had Michael was in. Um, and yeah, like a couple of people that I drafted, which are my friends as well, started for a single week to like collectively, like not build but like work around this particular team, which I don't remember who was it from, it but yeah, it
Jane
was
Gaffney, I
doing.
think, from Team
I
Ireland
Oh, really?
was
But it was doing pretty well ladder, and the they initially had like Rillaboom, I think, on the lip slot, but more or less everything was kind of the same to what it was now. And then basically like the build day process was just routinely swapping out the sixth slot. I think I did it a lot as well. Like I started with Dragapult, then I put Vasco Legion, then I put Rillaboom back for DGC. At LIC I played Dragonite, and then this time like I decided to put an Annihilape. It wasn't really that good either, but like it worked, I guess. So the sixth slot it really isn't like it's only like a matchup patch, so like it didn't really matter. And so basically I started playing with the team for because I liked it. Like technically a lot of people see, yeah, that's kind of like Arubega because they see Whimsy, they see Farigiraf, they see like the offensive fake out user, and then like they see Pokemon that do a lot of damage. And so, but that's probably like a reason why I liked it, and I started like laddering with it a lot on Showdown, and things were going actually very, very good. I was always breaking the 1700s. I was like sharing accounts with friends who will like tank like 60 points each day, and I will be on my way back from the university just playing on my phone, and by the time I was home, I was back to the 1700s. So things were going very, very well actually. I was kind of debating going to Dansk, which I wasn't registered for, off of only the fact that I thought that the team was clicking very well. But in the end, like I decided against it because yeah, I didn't really want to like get there at like 11 p.m. on a Friday and then like uh being be like at 6 a.m. in on Monday in the airport back in just to get back to my classes. So in the end, I decided to not go to Gdansk, but uh, and actually, like I thought that the window for this particular team to do good was kind of closed, and so like I kind of started to like look elsewhere, leading up to LSE, but as I was going further and further, like I noticed that I was never getting anywhere close to the level of confidence that I had with this team, and so basically I decided that I would lock the team in LEC. Actually, I played Dragonite because I thought there would be actually a lot of other Typhlosion, especially like the ones that popped up in Las Vegas with the Scarf Typhlosion, and Dragonite was actually kind of good into that. And at the time, like I put Clear Amulet in Sinnoh because it was mainly just of the fact that I did not really have a fighting type, and so yeah, basically like Tyranitar is a problem. I guess you can kind of see it. And so if I didn't really have a fighting type, like putting close combat on Incineroar was the bare minimum. I actually ended up facing one single Tyranitar the entire run in the LAC and Stuttgart combined, which was like in the first round at LAC, which I lost. So like and in the end, like the clear rate wasn't that bad, but yeah, the U-turn was kind of better. Also, I lost a match on stream against Oliver Escolin, where he had AV Insane plus Annihilate, which I thought were very, very good because they kind of paved the way uh, for like the bull Kitchen Room setter in the back to come in come in on a free and just trick room and allow like the second trick room abuser to win the game. And in my opinion, like it was pretty good, so I decided to copy that idea. And so yeah, basically like this is how the six came to an end to leading up to Stuttgart. I didn't really practice with this specific version actually, off of the fact that basically aside from the instance set and Annihilate was expected to be like the least used mon. basically everything was the same. So I said like it's kind of no use to keep laddering that when I already know what I will do into most of the matchups. And so yeah, I just stuck to what I thought would be best as and will just think about theoretical for the matchups. And yeah, basically like the only thing to change, like obviously like going a Soul West instead of Clear Amount is very different from, is like it's technically a very different implementation. But I was playing like U-turn before that. I actually prefer a lot U-turn over parting shots because yeah, it just does damage as you reposition. And for example, in the GC, I had U-turn even if Incineroar was goggles, just because I liked it more. And
Yep.
so yeah, basically the transition on the Assault Vest was kind of seamless and actually made the team a lot better. AV helped us so much in just having a lot more survivability, and also allowed me to run basically the same attacks that I actually think it was the same attacks that I had on my Clear Amulet. And actually the fact that uh, it gets kind of stopped from doing any damage, which is like the main thing that I wanted to do in this team. From the other Incineroar, it wasn't really a problem because Analip, even though it didn't came a lot of time, it just scared off from team preview, and a lot of times basically I won because my opponent didn't bring Incineroar or basically didn't lead it, so it was always coming in after it was like chipped a lot of times from like all the hyper voice, all the eruptions, and then like even like a flare blitz from my own Incineroar was enough to KO it in combination with something else.
Yeah, I actually played against Shane Gaffney using the Rillaboom version of this back at Milwaukee, and I was just like, this can't beat Incineroar. Like how are we going to get through the Incineroar besides just the Blood Moon? And it's like actually, Incin just has to take so many strong attacks over the course of the battle, like so many eruptions and whatnot that it can't live forever. Can't switch in on
Yeah,
attacks
I agree.
forever. So sometimes
Yeah, I
it works
love
out.
those ideas where you bait Pokemon which seem to be good. Like they think, oh, I can take this, I can take this. But then in practice, like they are not doing anything at all because they just get overloaded with the damage.
Yeah, it's kind of, that's what I thought as well. It was kind of like the overload strategy,
Yes.
where
And that's part of why I like the
you
AV
can only
Instant
switch
on
in so
teams like
much.
this too.
Hmm?
Right? That's what AV Instant does better than the other Incineroar sets that people normally use. Is that it actually like I call AV Instant the perfect like anti-bullshit Pokemon because all those teams that are just trying to overload you with fire damage or psychic damage or whatever, single Incineroar has such great resistances, except so many teams are just like we're just gonna keep hitting it until it goes down. Can't take all the attacks, and AV Instant like kind of can take all the attacks in a way that the other ones can't.
Yeah, also, like there were a couple of things that, for example, like the Whimsicott was focus sash, and it allowed me to be a lot more offensive. And yeah, since I was used to cover cloak Whimsicott from like the old restricted formats, I was seeing Whimsicott going for Moonblast and Incineroars and basically doing double the amount of damage that I was accustomed to. And it actually mattered a lot because basically like Moonblast plus Terror Eruption in Sun pins Incineroar. And
Yeah.
and once you pin Incineroar with Typhlosion, basically you pin everything because nothing else like is able to live.
Also, like Terra Dragon, Gold and Gold, like my spread was especially defensive. But when I saw how much the Eruption did in our game one, I knew that Moonblast is going to kill me because you make special attack. If you were not, I was like, yeah, that's just a free switch into Instant Make It Rain. I don't have to play a mind game. But when you clicked Anchor, I lost like the mind game. But like
Yeah.
only because you were max special attack, I had
Yeah.
to do that.
Actually, I was not completely max special attack because I needed it to have some special defense, only because I wanted to trigger the attack boost on Porygon 2 on every combination
Yeah.
of moves that wasn't that didn't include Barcelona, but when I played against you, which was the only P2 balance that I played in Stuttgart, it only came when
Yeah, I'm coming
U-turn
up plus one.
U-turn killed Faridjaf, so we're going to enter
Yeah.
in front of only Whimsicott, so he still got a special attack boost.
Oh, right. I remember.
That's
I
so
was so
funny.
mad because I could have also just clicked Flare Blitz Earthquake. I talked about that in my stream. I don't know if you saw Flare Blitz Earthquake as an option, but you just played
Uh,
better than I did.
Mhm.
I don't remember if I saw that. Probably, yeah, probably not. I just because I just thought that you kind of needed Incineroar, but
Yeah.
probably not. Like basically, like I think that Flare Blitz Earthquake, if I don't throw Whimsicott in the turn, like you kinda cook yourself because then
Exactly. I
I still get the tailwind and Typhlosion gets whatever he wants to do.
yeah.
I did want to
I
ask
thought maybe
about
you had
one.
instant. Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask about one set in particular before I ask you which one was your favorite. Just the fact that you played Eric twice. I didn't actually notice this until
Yeah.
earlier today when I was pulling up the schedule. But you played against your finalist opponent on day one at the end of day one. So was that one a close set? Was it a little more one sided? How did that one go?
You mean at the end of
Just
phase one, by the way, not day one.
No, it's
I
so
hated
true. Phase one, phase one.
yeah, actually, I think the when we played in phase one was very one-sided for me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know what to do into that matchup, but it kind of proved that I was very far ahead, and like as you saw in finals, uh, in my opinion, it was even better for me in like in phase one. Basically, I think it came down a lot to the fact that Eric's plan was much more centered around countering Kinugawa's version, and basically, I think Kinugawa's version has like kind of only has like two offensive Pokemon free if you include this Flamigo, but Flamigo there wasn't really doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, you have to play around. You have Typhlosion and Ursaluna, and everything else is just made to support it. So and in that matchup, so you kind of have to bring both. Otherwise, like you don't really break through like all the different Primarina plus Sneasler, and uh, and basically, uh, if you have to bring both, then it means that you can only bring two between Whimsy, Insane, and Fargirov. And I guess uh, Eric had a game plan based around that, but for me, since like my Sinner was doing so much damage, my Fargirov was a win condition on its own. I didn't need Ursaluna. So what I did, I just led Typhlosion and Whimsicott and kept Insane and Fargirov in the back. And he led with Rillaboom and Sneasler, and he went for Glide and Acrobatics on turn one, and I just switched in Incineroar. I got my Blaze got triggered, and then Heatwave killed every Pokemon on the field.
Yeah.
And like game two was actually was a bit closer, but I ended up doing like probably like the same thing as like game two in the finals, where I set up Trick Room with one turn of Tailwind left and reverse sweep with Insane and Farigiraf. Because like
Mm-hmm.
in its own, like you can see it is aside from Como, Insane plus Farigiraf kinda cares through everything, especially since Primarily is usually the first Pokemon to go. Because it
Mm-hmm.
has to come in front to beat the Typhlosion. If it doesn't, like it comes in too late. So
Yeah, very much that overload strategy we were kind of talking about earlier, where Primarina might be good against the fire types, but it's going to take a lot of damage from the first one, and
it's
then
yeah,
by the time the
it's
second
only
one,
good against one fire type.
yes,
When we play this bit, like there was a time where I KO'd Primarina with only fire types, with only fire type attacks.
yeah,
Like Fake Out, Heat Wave, and Flare Blitz.
who needs the type
Right.
chart? We have
Yeah.
multipliers, we have damage. Yeah, so Aside from that one, though, I guess what was your one standout match over the course of the run? One match that you thought was really crazy or interesting?
Um, Pretty interesting. I guess like the round 12 match was kind of weird because like I won game two off of like a play that I did so much, but that was kind of like the highlight of the tournament because it kind of tell me, yeah, everything is going way too good for me. Basically, I led pretty badly in a game two. I led the Typhlosion and Farijov with Sneasler and like with Vincent and Arsenal in the back, and my opponent led with Sneasler and Basque Legion. And basically, I said, well, like, Typhlosion, it's been an honor, but you kind of already outlived your, you kind of already like outlived your usefulness. So I protect Farijov because it's like the centerpiece of my plan there. And also like I kind of expected it to double into the Farijov. And I went for protect and interruption, and yeah, both Baskujian and Sneasler attacked into the protect,
No
and
way.
just eruption just wiped the field. I think
Oh.
this is something that I did almost like half of the games
Yes.
that I played, where I will lead in Typhlosion and Farijov and
Well,
go
nah.
for protect and eruption on turn one, because basically like in those game plans, Typhlosion was either faster than anything, or the only thing faster than it was like Sneasler, which could only like Dark Claw it, and it had a better target to Dark Claw, which was like the Farijov on turn one. And so by doing that, I will always like get an eruption off. I will not kill anything, but I will do a lot of damage, and basically like I would accept it that Typhlosion will die on turn one, because by doing so I will just send
You
in
get an
Incineroar,
instant. Yeah.
Incineroar and go for Freak Out, and I propose Freak Out Trick Room or something like that. And basically, and that's a plan that I did like so many times. It was because it kind of was, I guess, foolproof, because it was always accounting for the worst. Is my opponent is not like doubling the protect, and Typhlosion dies, but just by accounting for the worst, a lot of times people said, no way, like he cannot afford to lose Typhlosion in that position, so I'm going to predict him. I'm going to predict the Terra, and what it ends up doing is like Typhlosion sticks on the field. I didn't commit anything into it, and I still get like an eruption off. So basically, I think it was very important in like for my run that I had a better like game vision than my opponent, because I was always ready to discard Typhlosion, but even like Ursaluna, because as I said, like different from Kinogawa's version, all my Pokemons, aside from Whimsicott, are kind of win condition on their own, so I could more efficiently trade pieces, and I was so I could play very aggressively with my Pokemon. I will leave Typhlosion there. I will throw an eruption and then say,
Like you
well,
did against
bro,
me as well.
yeah, yeah, well, bro, like you're on your own now. So that's and it's basically like what won me a lot of my games, like against Alex as well. I led the technically bad, like Insane and Typhlosion, into a Dragonite and Ursaluna with Terra Water, and a lot, and Alex kind of fell into the trap of like thinking that I was going to over defend my Typhlosion, and basically like double into my Typhlosion turn one, because yeah, like if you get fake out an eruption, I'm not doing much, but you don't really want it to eruption again. So like since he expected me to like fake out or do something to protect my Typhlosion, his play actually made a lot of sense, because if I try to do anything to preserve my Typhlosion, he always finishes the turn on top. But yeah, like I saw the lead, I said, yeah, like Typhlosion, you're done, buddy. I went for eruption in U-turn, and basically what it meant there is the Dragonite kind of wasting an attack, and Ursaluna killed the Typhlosion, but I got a U-turn, and so in the same turn, Typhlosion still managed to force a Terra, in combination with U-turn, put the Ursaluna in range of non-Terra Blood Moon for me, and break the multi-scale on Dragonite. And so by turn 2, I had Ursaluna and Farigiraf on the field, and I could like Blood Moon Trick Room, and there was nothing that he could do. So yeah, it was, and this is also like due to the fact that unlike Kinugawa's version, I could just forget about it and just let my attackers die, because Incineroar and Farigiraf were enough on their own to win the game.
Makes sense.
I played a
Nice
very
game
different
plans.
team with the Torkoal Lilligant version of the Fari stuff, but I was frequently saying that the best move on the Giraffe was Protect and how evil it could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree
When,
with
when
that.
people put Trick Room on it, and not Trick Room, Helping Hand, I was like, guys, we have to talk. We have to talk.
Protect is way too important on Farigiraf in this team. Like at
At
least
least
in my version of
on
GD,
this
like
team
because
and in this format, it'll be a little bit different when we go to Reg F. We're coming over up on Reg F, and I think that there's a lot of support, or sorry, a lot of attackers in that format, like Urshifu, that go crazy with a helping hand for sure, especially when it's blocking priority.
yeah, but like also just of the fact that since I'm first place, so I have a lot of investment in special attack, and yeah, it's first place, so it's not like a defensive item like Citrus Berry.
No.
Like
Yeah.
Kinugawa's Farigiraf was around 1.4 times more bulky than mine, so it's kind of like different Pokemons altogether. So if Kinugawa's could afford to not run Protect, I absolutely couldn't. And yeah, like just the fact that Protect like threw a lot of people off guard just because they didn't really consider what like because they planned the matchup into Kinugawa's version, and mine is actually radically different. Because like and it was like the main strength of the team, that there was another strong team that it's basically the same in the components but plays really differently. So people were thrown off a lot by how I was playing.
Yeah. Checks out.
It's a very, very deadly team with that dual speed control. And so, yeah, it just continues to prove that, I don't know, Whimsicott plus Fari can do it across all kinds of different formats. The Pokemon that they're supporting might change, but the strategy is still a very effective one.
For sure.
Michael, let's jump over to your team and your run. So
you can show like with my spreads as well. I don't mind. I can send it in the chat. Hold on.
Yeah, actually, that was one of the first questions I had for you was how different was it from the one that you posted? Because you did a recreation, I believe, of UB Slow's team after winning Brisbane, and then you ended up running some slightly different stuff than I think that I don't know if all of them are different.
The
but...
Terra on the Ursaluna is different. The Terra on Instant is different. The Instant spread is entirely different.
Right.
The Porygon 2 second move is different. The Gold Angle set is different. So it is pretty different to the stuff that UB Slow used, I would say. But it's actually funny how I ended up on this, because I think I want to talk about this first. Like, I also was not signed up for Stuttgart because I didn't want to play Stuttgart. I was in general in a really, really bad mental state, and I did not really. I messed up quite a bit in certain regards, and I did kind of hold myself in, and then Kamikaze, Maurice Utek, and Faiz, you probably also know Faiz, reached out to me and asked if they want to room together. And I was like, yeah, I actually needed that because I felt like a little alone at that time. So I said, okay, yeah, why not? So 2 weeks, that was 2 weeks before Stuttgart. And then I was like, okay, I don't have a team. And then I was like, Oh, it's easy. It was right before the Vegas regional. I was like, okay, Dondozo. Dondozo plus Vox at Chaludon is insane. I think Dondozo cooks the meta. When Las Vegas happens and the entire Las Vegas top cut cooks Dondozo. And I'm like, yeah, okay, GG, go next, it's over. And then I saw that Dylan won. And Dylan did not play particularly insane, but he played clean. Like he played overall good games, not perfect games, but good games with the team. And I was like, yo, he just farmed James Evans. I also saw that Henry made top 8 with the same team, and he also played like good games, but not perfect games. So I was like, wait, these players have good runs with this, with good games. What if I can play it perfectly? I don't think I can, but what if? So when my training arc started, I had 480 showdown games played. Not with this team, but like best of threes, 480 with like a lot of different teams. Like I make team recreations on Twitter, on YouTube, and everything. Like I always test these teams a little bit as well. And then I was like, you know what? I will play 20 sets with it, and I finished I went on, and I finished 19-1. And then this happened. I can also send it to the chat. Like I reached first place on the showdown ladder, and I was like, okay, I gotta play this, right? I absolutely have to. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling good. I also made no changes. And then on Wednesday, I played a limitless tournament, like 70 players. I was able to win it as well. And I was like, okay, I am locked. I am definitely locked. I also did not change the spreads anymore. I fell in love with like this bulky Life Orb Dragon Dango. People read Terra Dragon, Life Orb, they think, oh, it's max speed. I will KO with my Overheat Charizard and the Sun. I will KO with my Terra Water Wave Crash, even if I go Terra Dragon with my Choice Band, Basic Legion, and Rain. I will KO with Shadow Ball from Life Orb Goldango. Hell no, you are not, sir. So, the only matchup I was a little worried about was the Basque Legion Volcarona team with like Willa Insin, because that one is super tricky. Because
the one that
I
just
have to
won.
get a lot of
Or no, got second.
Yeah.
Just got second. The one that just got second.
right. I was like, yeah. I have to tier full with Ursa Luna, or I have to stall them, like try to KO the other side and then stall with Incineroar Among Us, Terrafire Among Us. But it did not sound great in practice. But this was the only matchup I thought would be bad. And then I was like, okay, I'm set. I will just go no matter what happens. I don't know what my next tournament is going to be, but I will just try to have as much fun as possible. And then I was there, and I was honestly surprised. Like the choices, by the way, I made, I think Terra Ghost over Terra Fairy on Ursa is a no-brainer. The Incineroar was super fast, cause or like maybe not super fast, but quite fast, cause I think it is super sick if Incineroar is faster than Jolly Scarf, Basque Legion if you have set it up Tailwind. And it's also important to outspeed Blood Moon, I think. Some players, or like a lot of players, like Ubisoft, for example, played no speed on Instant. I think it just doesn't work against Blood Moon teams. And it won me so many games being fast on the Incineroar. And then a Spidef Among Us is not very uncommon. I think it's actually the standard. I think it's actually 236 calm, usually to survive like Terra Normal, Life or Blood Moon. But I wanted to have some physical bulk, and I think it was also a good idea. Kilo Water, actually the spread helped a ton against against a Tyranitar team, because I knew that I would survive a -1 Walk Slide plus 2 Sand Chips, which was nice. Porygon 2 spread is a no-brainer. Shadow Ball! Shadow Ball! I love talking about Shadow Ball Porygon 2 because it was completely crazy. Because I was able to snipe Annihilates. I was able to threaten Terra Ghost and Incineroar. I was able to threaten Basque Legion and Typhlosion as well.
Golden Go.
That's also the reason why. Yeah, Golden Go in the same set against Alex Gomez, Shadow Ball, against all the Lele variants, Shadow Ball on Polygon 2. Otherwise, they just fake out your Incineroar and set up a nasty prop for free. What are you going to do? But if you have Shadow Ball, you can force a Terror early, then you can facade it, you can fake out it, whatever you want to do. Shadow Ball on Polygon 2 was key. Like an Ice Beam, what do you want to Ice Beam? Dragonite is not a threat. Who cares? And like Rillaboom, Ursaluna, who cares at this point? So Shadow Ball Polygon 2 was sick. And yeah, as I said, Goldango with like the bulky spread. I fell in love with this Goldango because it was also really, really good. So yeah, the team just built itself. I was not able to build something myself really because I did not have a lot of time, and also my motivation was quite low to build something. But yeah, what was not a bad idea to just go with what seemed good, because in Las Vegas, as I said, it had good ones. When Javier Senorena, Pro Man, also the side stream matches in LAIC, whenever I saw the stream, the LAIC senior finals, I was like, guys, please,
That's
you're
the one I
not
was
playing
about to
bad.
mention.
Yeah, you're not playing bad. You are playing good, but you're not playing perfect. Why can nobody play perfect with this team? It just made me mad. Like it is a skill to play good. Don't get me wrong, but I am not playing perfect all the time. I rarely play perfect myself. But when I watch players play, I want to see perfect games. And I thought if this team is used perfectly, a good one would be doable. And I gotta say, my phase 1 games, they were perfect. Like I have to say this because I went like 16-2 in games in phase 1. Especially like the matchups I faced were kind of rough. Like round 2, Giuseppe Alario, Il Mule, really strong Italian player. I think beating Corviknight and Terraflying Tyranitar, I made like some crazy calls as well. Like I clicked Headlong Rush into Tyranitar turn 1 when leading with Ursaluna, just saying he's not going to Terra. And he didn't Terra, and I got the OKO early on, which was fun. Then in round 3, it felt good, but at the same time, I was exhausted because game 1, since they didn't have Order up or Oblivious on the Dondozo, that meant that I can just intimidate cycle them, and I just had Terra Grass and Incineroar, Amoonguss, and Porygon 2 in the bag. And I KO'd one of them once, and I said, like, there was one turn where I just targeted the other stop with my Ursaluna, and they just wave crashed my Ursaluna. And I was like, if you combine now, I win. So I facade I think it was the Ninetales were just protected. They switched the Ninetales and OKO my Ursaluna, but I was like, yep, you fell into my trap. Have fun sitting here 20 minutes until the timer runs out. And I also never clicked knockoff. Because if I click knockoff, they could KO themselves with Wave Crash eventually. I just literally said, you know what? We are going to sit here for a while. And so winning against the Dondozo on timer feels good, you know?
I mean, I love to hear it. I hate that fish.
I do myself. And yeah, then round 4, Francesco Josia, Young Nova, another really strong Italian player. And the matchup was dog awful. Like, as I said, Incineroar Volk, not playable. What if we pair it? Like, how I beat Incineroar Volk is with Amoonguss, Incineroar, and Porygon 2. But what if there's an Annihilate with safety goggles and taunt? Yeah. Well, I mean, what should I tell you? It felt unplayable, but I was still able to win 2-0 because I hard read him, and I just played a really, really, really good set, and I felt really proud winning that one. And then against Matteo Ferrari, I also, once again, strong Italian player.
Just how many Italian players have you played?
Yeah, he finished top
But
32.
Italian still ends up winning it all.
Exactly. I played against 10 Italians, I think. And yeah,
In
Matteo
Germany?
Ferrari finished top 32 in LAIC. And I had so beautiful game plans again. Like, I led with, I have to talk about, because like I led with Kilowatt Drill Incineroar into Annihilate and Didi. and I clicked Tailwind
Fun.
U-turn into the Ndidi, not getting the KO, and he clicked close combat into my instant, but I U-turned into Gold Angle, which meant a free nasty plot, and I won the game of that. And then game 2, I just did the same, knowing he could go for self-trick close combat. And he did it. And obviously, I lose Incineroar turn 1. And it was a sick play from him. Like self-tricking the Scarf into Annihilate, which meant Annihilate was now faster than Kilowatt, and he KO'd my Incineroar, but he was locked into close combat, which means free nasty plot, and I have Tailwind up. So, that felt sick. Against Lucas Kiefel, I had a really good game plan. But there was one thing that was completely crazy. And that was in game 1, he clicked Terra, like he led with Ndidi as Pathra, and he clicked Terra Psychic Lumina Crash plus Psychic into my Porygon 2. And my Porygon 2 died. I still won game 1, but because of that in game 2, I switched to Gold Angle and I lost game 2. And in game 3, I survived on not like 5 HP, 10 HP. I survived on like 30 HP. And there was no crit in game 1. Like, how did I die in game 1 and then survive with 30 HP in game 3? Like, this had to be like min roll, and max roll, That was kind of rough.
I'll have to slow you down there, Michael, because we probably don't have time to go through all of them.
I know, like these were like my highlight matches. Like my round 7, I played against another strong Italian player that was really close. I think I have to talk about one more.
Go ahead, one more. Let's do it.
And that's Giuseppe Musicio. Pepe, obviously, really strong player. And we started with game 3 when everybody already finished. Like game 1 and game 2 took really long. It was a strong back and forth. And I would say the matchup is slightly in my favor just because I have Shadow Ball on Porygon 2. And you gotta imagine that the game starts with him clicking Nasty Plot on Gold Angle. I get Trick Room up. Second turn he protects. And third turn he clicks Protect again. Forgetting that he clicked Protect the last turn. He immediately said after he saw it, "Oh, I clicked Protect last turn, didn't I?" And I was like, "Yes, you did." And he got the double. And I doubled into the Gold Angle.
No punish. Punish.
But that was... He felt bad. I was like, oh, man. And then it was a whole back and forth. I got a Flare Blitz burn onto his Rillaboom. Then he got 5 Scale Shot hits into my Incineroar. Then he missed Scale Shot. And then we played for 19 minutes that game 3. The timer, 60 seconds. And I only had Porygon 2 without a Violite. And he had Incineroar. He was Terra Ghost. And it just... He only had a chance to crit Flare Blitz on my 70% Porygon 2. And he got it. And I was like, no way. I just sat here for an entire hour to get crit in the very last turn of the game. Did you just do this to me? But yeah, this was one of my favorite sets. And overall, I think I had a good one. Like my resistance was also crazy. I had like a 73% resistance, which is why I got the buy. And also one play against Stacker in my win and for top cut. There was one play in game 3 where I felt nobody believed me. But it was basically that I led with Gold Angle Porygon 2 against Ninetales Annihilate. And that itself is already awkward because there are tons of options. Like he can go for Self-Icicle Spear into Rage Fist. But I could also switch into Ursaluna, click Trick Room. I could go Terra Dragon. And basically what happened was that I clicked just raw Shadow Ball Trick Room, and he clicked Aurora Veil Bulk up. And then the next turn, he had like 40% Annihilate. And then next turn, I was like, okay, it's my win in. It's game 3. I'm just doing it right now. I clicked Nasty Plot, switch my Porygon 2 into Ursaluna, as he clicks Protect with Annihilate and switches his Ninetales into Rillaboom. And that Nasty Plot switch into Ursaluna play, I was very proud of that one because and honestly, I hate going for like hard reads, but I just felt like going for a hard read in like what felt like 10 years, because usually I don't go for these kind of hard reads, and then it worked out.
Sometimes you gotta trust your gut. I mean, why not? Why make it hard when you could just win the game? You know?
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, I I was just in a really good position. So overall, the tournament, the games have just felt really good, and I had a team like with Incineroar. I do not perform that well most of the time. I played Incineroar twice now, finished 5-3 once, and then we had like this NAIC one where I also had Instant Amoonguss and a Trickum setter and like
Yeah.
Kelly Ice instead of Porygon 2. I also really liked that team. So I already knew that this team should not be that much different from like the Kelly Ice Miraidon team.
Well, wait,
It's
you
still
won
not the
with
same. Like,
Incin as well. You won a regional with Incin, right?
true, Utrecht.
You're forgetting
Yeah,
about that
right.
one.
Yeah, but
I see.
that,
So this
that
is really
was
just Kali as Miraidon versus Rebecca. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. It's all just
exactly.
regulation G. It's all just regulation G. No
Yeah,
escape.
everything goes back to regulation G. But yeah, then against Luca, I just got Omega cooked. um, it happens.
I wanna
But
I
yeah,
wanna jump
overall,
here
had
and
fun.
mention just we don't normally talk about the results from the lower division. I was going to say lesser. That makes it sound way worse. The lower divisions, the younger divisions. But Matthew, who also uses this team, is just the goat. If you've ever seen like Matthew's like constantly topping the showdown ladder with this team, and just does make me very
Wait,
scared
he
for.
was the guy who was called.
He's the guy that
What was the?
won Victory Road, right? As well.
Yeah, did win
Yeah,
Victory
he won
Road
One of the
as
art tour.
well.
So he kind of like, so yeah, it's technically his team, I guess, because I think
True.
when he won Victory Road, he started getting popular after that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but what was his
Matthew.
showdown name?
From what I, Matt Master.
That's
Yeah,
Mad Master. Oh my
Matt
god,
Master. Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Matt is
like
on another
I
level.
think there were a lot of Australian player on that on like Kilowatt or Safi2 already like at the end of Regage 1.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of
Mhm.
made it pop up as like after winning Victory Road.
Mm-hmm.
And also like we got to see like a mirror match in the finals at LAC.
Yes.
Right.
That part was
Mhm.
so funny. I mean, go ahead, Adi.
I feel like Alex keeps doing this thing where he drops the team right before it pops off.
True.
Every time.
True. I know. I was using this one at
Because you were one of
Milwaukee,
the first people
and
to use that.
I was using it at Milwaukee because I knew that specifically that Matthew was very, very strong with this team, and I was like, you know what, this kid's making everybody look like chumps when he plays against him. This team's gotta be good. But yeah, that was super
But
funny. Now go ahead, Adi.
yeah, before we I know we don't have too much time, but I do want to talk about William Basilino's team before we move on from Stuttgart.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure that we
nah,
looked at some of the other cool
can
teams.
can we not talk about Diaclaw Sneasler, please?
What, like,
well,
specifically?
it's been a while. Hey, I haven't seen too many Dire Claw Sleazer recently. It's okay.
Wait, am I?
You were not
but-
in Stuttgart, but every single round
There
I
we go.
hear, or Eric Rios Diaclawed this opponent, or William Basolino Diaclawed this opponent, and I'm like, well, what is going on again? I don't know
So
if
this
those are
is-
the
The
same
move's
stories,
good.
JB.
Yeah,
this is
team
WJ
was-
Bax, right? That's his handle.
believe-
Yeah.
I remember we scouted him for NPA, and we were really impressed by him. So I knew he was a strong player, and I think he's been using this team for a little bit because I know I've seen this team around.
Yeah,
and I think it was him.
He was on it. It was on it since Lille. Like he actually
Mhm.
went 9-3 at Lille as well. And
Mhm.
in our group chat, we always like made fun. We always told him, yeah, like if like being able to go 9-3 with this team is actually way harder than winning a regional with Orvega. And then he manages to like pilot it all the way to a top 4 actually. So
Right.
and
Did it not have Garganicle before it had Tyranitar?
he had Garganacle for a bit, but he used the Tyranitar in Lille as well. And also
No.
like I remember in before before when I was debating going to Gdansk, like I was saying, yeah, like I have this team, but I have this team I think it's very good, but I'm not sure if it's like worth it to go to like not panic, but like literally like book flights on and like get the registration on the Wednesday or like
Right.
Wednesday of that week. And he says, yeah, well, what are you playing? And I says, and as I'm talking to him, I say, yeah, I forgot it. This team just has auto lost into Terminator Gastrodon.
Yeah,
And so yeah,
right.
technically, obviously, it would have been pretty sick to like play the to play the finals against him, but yeah, seeing the matchup, maybe it was for the better.
It's scary.
Right.
It does look scary.
Yeah, I mean, you saw me on stream at Vegas. I used Dragapult Volcarona, and I had been testing out a lot of different Pokemon next to those guys. I think they have great synergy, so it's cool to see it do well towards the end of the format because I thought those were a really potent duo. Um, I think that the Tyranitar was something that I thought patched a lot of matchups on that core because um, I think Volcarona teams generally can really struggle against Sun. It's really hard when your fire type doesn't actually resist fire, and you're trying to set it up pretty slowly, and you just kind of get run over a lot of times by these like things that just hit hard right off the bat, where you don't have time to get your special defense boosts really, where you take so much damage trying to get set up that you can't really sweep. And so I think Tyranitar makes a lot of sense. And I remember I was testing out Tyranitar on this team and I couldn't quite get it to work, but it's cool to see that. I think Roshan had also suggested I run White Herb Sneasler on my version of the team, and I was like, I don't really know if I have time. I don't really want to drop the Quack. And here he is using White Herb Sneasler, which is also just fits so well with this team as a way to one, deter intimidate, where you have the we really just are not weak to intimidate very much at all now that you have White Herb on Sneasler, and you also you get to just go so fast when you click Fake Out and you click Fake Out Phantom Force. And then all of a sudden, now your Sneasler is going light speed, your Dragapult's going light speed. It's just create some really strong pins between Volcarona Dragapult and Dragapult Sneasler. Tyranitar is like the perfect defensive switch in for Dragapult. They have such great defensive synergy. I don't know if I believe in Gastrodon, but yeah. And then looking at his actual run is very interesting. Because he had 2 losses in Swiss. Round 1, he loses to another Swede using the same team as Nils Dunlop. And then later on,
Nostalgia project.
yeah, and then later
Oh,
on,
okay.
he beats Nils in top 8.
Mm.
So he had he learned the matchup, and so that clearly wasn't too bad. And then his other 2 losses were both to Eric Rios, and I could see how that matchup could be very difficult.
Yeah,
And
we saw
so
it
yeah,
on stream.
sometimes
It was
yeah,
not good.
yeah. And that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you can beat the field, but you can't beat the one player, and you run into that player multiple times. But yeah, I thought this
Cool.
was a really cool team, and I'm really happy to see it do well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Dragapult
like
Volcarona.
I'm
Go
I'm
ahead,
happy for William, but I'm not happy if like a Terminator was doing well. So
sorry. Fair. Dragapult
Right.
Volcarona reminds me of like day -5 of Regulation Age 1.0 because I
at what
remember that
point?
Dragapult Volcarona was like my very starting point before even Reg Age 1.0 got released.
Yeah.
But it is completely different now. But
Mhm.
pretty funny.
And then
Uh,
Alex, there's one more team that I want to talk.
yeah.
Oh, unless you want to talk about Eric's team.
We didn't mention much about Eric's
Um,
team, but it is still very different than everything else that's going on in the format. So we can take a quick moment here to look at
Go
this
for it.
one. But yeah, it's just it's definitely cool that it's using like soundproof Como when the Blood Moons are really picking up. Primarina is not really a popular pick at this point in the metagame, so definitely a lot of standout things on this team that Eric was doing differently than the rest. And I mean, the format's done, so there's no real implications as to how this is going to affect the metagame going forward. But I do think that there were some cool choices here.
Yeah, like
People
I
said that
also
Smeagol. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Luca.
yeah I liked a lot that like Sneasler was like triple attack instead of sword dance.
Yeah.
And like obviously like we joke about Dark Claw like just putting to sleep everything, but it was actually very important just to have it as an offensive as an offensive pressure because yeah obviously like it couples really well with Como.
Yep.
And but what this usually means that you just get like intimidated and then you just kind of don't do anything about it. But the introduction of Smeargle made it so that you could kind of bypass this problem because you could decorate yourself and kind of
Decorate,
get the
yeah.
best of both worlds. You get Dark Claw and you also get a way to punish intimidate. So I guess that was pretty cool. Like as I saw like in the match in the game 1 against Pepe, then obviously like if I'm being honest, basically that like the whole game plan there was if the opposing golden go doesn't terra and with the speed tie I lose on the spot, but yeah.
The golden go
Nice.
speed ties are toxic. They can be
I
so toxic.
I just wanted to say I remember people saying like, "Oh, Smeargle, it cannot work in a meta full of like Goldango and Rillaboom, and it's never going to work there." Yeah, guess what?
And
Yeah,
yeah, two of
yeah,
them in the top 8 here because
yeah.
I do
It's
Yeah,
also diehard believer in
but
the
it has
Smeargle.
Tailwind over Decorate, which is an
Mhm.
interesting choice. Tailwind Smeargle is something I don't think is really good, but he made it work.
Right,
I
definitely an
still wanted
interesting.
to highlight the Malima that finished 9-3
Is that
as
the
top
one that you
32,
wanted
Yes.
to highlight,
unfortunately.
Adi?
Yes, because Alex, I remember when you were talking about your Vegas team, you were saying, I need that last slot. I got when I flex. It's not quite your Vegas team. I got a flex slot. I needed to help with Dozo. So you
Yeah,
ran like,
yeah.
and you said you needed it against a bulk up Cerulege, with Terra Grassed, and I bet you didn't think about Topsy Turvy Malamar to fix those problems.
No,
I think
no.
like just going after you topsy turvy onto Dondos is like the ultimate troll.
I like also that this is a Sap Sipper for you. This reminds me of my GC team a little bit.
Oh, the Sap Sipper giraffe
Yeah, like
stuff.
I
I
think
remember
yeah,
this.
it's the sub super. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but
Because you
I
can,
really
is
prefer
it
like
so you
the
can
plus
side
one
sleep powder
deeper
to get the
stuff.
+1 attack and then
I don't think
use
that's what
Terrablast?
it is for.
Oh, you
It's
don't think
just
it's
a
for
thing.
that? Oh, okay.
Nah.
Sorry.
Imagine. Oh
I don't
man.
see anything else. I don't get it. There's no Petal Blizzard on the team to activate the Sap Sipper. Ah,
Yeah, like if you boost yourself fast enough, like long enough, Terrablast becomes physical.
exactly. You get it. You get it. We're gonna have to get a couple of boosts, especially if we nasty plot. It
And
might be
then
a
you
lot of
click
work.
Topsy Turvy to get less damage
Wait.
from confusion.
Yes.
Crazy.
Topsy turvy. Oh man.
Also, speaking of Italians, what the actual hell happened here? Like, this is,
Let me
by
see.
the way, someone who top cut worlds twice, I think.
Oh,
Also
I thought
top
this
cut
was
DRC.
so cool seeing it on stream because I think Davide won like easily
Yeah,
in the stream match.
yeah.
Made it look like a joke, and I was like, dang, this is like on the way up. This team is scary. This was crazy. And then I think Davide finished 5-3, right?
No,
No,
8-4.
no,
No, he made it
he
Top
too.
made it.
64.
Oh, am I
He
thinking
made
of
it
somebody
too.
else? I'm thinking of somebody
It was
else.
actually
Okay, never
like
mind.
6-0 or something actually.
Okay, so he oh, I misspelled.
Yeah, 45th. Yeah, I just think like Willow with Blaziken is an interesting choice. And
Double
then there's
speed
like
boost
this,
birds. It's so
yeah,
funny.
the double
Yeah.
speed boost birds is
What?
wild, and
Yeah,
like Gold
yeah.
Duck without protect, without skills, Gold Duck.
Yep.
Yeah, we were joking with David as well, like to see like how many non-flying birds can he put in a single turn.
Oh, that's
Um,
5,
true.
but
right?
yeah, like the point
Sneasel
is
is
like
also a bird.
Davide on top of like being one like a super good player is also yeah he also has like those kind of like genius moments because like the Spastra team on itself he came up with that I don't even know how he came up with that but like he's been piloting from the start of Reg 2 obviously like with great success to in Frankfurt and basically in Frankfurt I told him um, yeah, bro. Basically, you're just when you put yourself in team building, you just come up with something that is completely unheard of, and it always goes good for you. Um, because like it's not the first time that it does like these very very weird things. Actually, when like in the start of Reg G, like the team with Clefairy, Calyrex, Shadow, and like Chiyu, Flutter, etc.
Right.
He built that, and basically like then like half of Italy was playing that as well. So basically,
Mm.
when he puts
And
when
Luis
he puts
Marquez.
himself, yeah, when he puts himself into that, he's like like he's one of the best team builders in the world. But does it so rarely, and I just told him, why you doing so rarely? Because a lot of times you just waste your time just playing balance, and
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of overcooked a little. Like I think basically it was very good. And Golduck was kind of like a flex slot before there were like Hydreigon and Arcanine was
Right.
there,
Yeah.
but yeah, Blaziken is pretty cool. Golduck is just like a flex slot, and yeah. So yeah, it's very important because like it's very cool like seeing because it's kind of like the evolution of his team that was like crazy to begin with, and it
Yes.
got even crazier. So who knows what could have happened if the Regage went ahead, like maybe uh oh yeah, like actually the funniest thing of this team I think is like there are three birds and the only flying type is King Gambit.
Is Sneasler a bird? When
Not
it's
not in this
born.
team. Not in this team.
Yeah,
Um,
but could be if it's still
right.
flying. But
Yeah, I do love highlighting builders at the very least because like it feels like there are a lot of people that just continue to do well with teams that have proven themselves time over and over, and the people that building is not easy. Building is a process. You have to like
it is
try
not.
a lot of ideas that will not work before you find the ones that do. Not everybody has the patience for that, and a lot of people will end up just saying,
Exactly.
I'm going to use what's good because I know it's good. Somebody else already showed me that it's good. I'm going to use it. So cooking, yeah, that's a lot of fun. I love that.
Usually I do like to build myself, but I haven't done that in a somewhat long time, like in half a year, but
I'm
will
with you
do it
there. I feel
again.
like I need to do more building. Absolutely. Um,
I
I
feel like
don't
you do
actually.
less building.
Not with that, yeah. I don't really up like building so much, but I always want to like put my own spin to the things that I play. So for example, like I think in in um in the LAC think I put their Dragonite only because I wanted to like feel different
Because
from all the
nobody
other
did.
from
Yeah,
all the other people bringing the team.
you wanted to be a little
valid.
original. I know. I know.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah,
Some
it just kind of feels like if if you're like if so many people play your things, like you have to have something that separates you from the rest, right? And at least like in this like I guess like in this tournament it was more like how I played because yeah I just hated all my Pokemon. They could get KO'd from the first turn every time, and I
yeah,
didn't
true.
expect that.
They were all sacrifices.
Yeah,
What is on my screen?
yeah.
It's
This
It's
feels
Reckless
like
Reckless
Staraptor.
Raptor. It's not
Reckless.
Intimidate.
Yeah,
uh,
Reckless makes
uh,
Final Gambit do 1.5 times damage, doesn't it? Actually,
how much do
man,
you
pop
think
quiz for myself.
coaching?
I don't even
How
know
much
what
do you think coaching Reckless Braver does?
to.
The
I mean
problem
that.
is that even after a speed boost, your Blaziken is not faster. Unless you may. Actually, with the Raptor might not be max speed, maybe.
Yeah,
I,
I
maybe
don't
this
it's
know.
is up to
minus.
like 100 speed, so like even if it's like adamant, it needs to be very slow to underspeed Blaziken,
Yeah,
to underspeed even timid Blaziken.
right. But
That
what
one's
the
pretty
hell?
funny.
There was also a Blastoise. Did you see the Blastoise? It finished 8-4. Jan
Oh,
Philipp
I definitely
Schmitz.
passed
It
the
was on stream,
Blastoise.
right?
It was
Yeah.
on
Because I guess
stream.
It's the lowest 8-4.
Oh, the lowest? Is it actually? There it is. He's sneaky.
yeah.
Yeah, Covert Cloak, Rain
Cloak
Dish.
Blastoise.
Yeah, like
Um,
honestly, like props for the Blastoise, but you have Incineroar Rillaboom, you don't deserve anything.
true,
You deserve
true.
anything. Like
Why?
you have left
Eject
you
button
have
Cine.
You have leftover. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I think I usually get so mad when I see like those fucking Pokemons with leftovers plus Rillaboom because like they could be like 10% off and then just in two
No,
turns
another turn they're
they
over half.
get back they get back
Right.
to 35 and like in four turns basically it's just a fake out a protect switching the fake out away and then they're back to full health. If I were to see Sinistcha as well, like switching Sinistcha gets it and then they cycle the fake out, I will
Uh,
not be able to like I will not be able to to keep it to myself. I would
Right.
actually crash out.
Life do as well. Just all the health just keeps going up. Like, leave me alone. Stop, stop. All right, well,
Also, you
Yeah,
know
just
what?
like that.
One last thing I wanted to
yeah.
say is that there was actually an insane turn of events because there were, I think, only like 5 kilowatt P2 balances in day two. There were only like 5 Lele teams and variants. Like, what was there more than others? Or most than others was actually Dondozo, even though it
Glim
did not
Dondozo, yeah.
finish. Yeah, Glim
Yeah,
Dondozo had
I hate the
not the
team.
highest
I
finishes,
played
but
them twice in a
yeah.
row because yeah, like you could see from my run that I played one at 5-0 and the other immediately after at
Yeah,
six
but
and
those
0.
are like the old head Germans that are playing since I feel like
Yeah,
2005. But not quite that.
yeah.
But how did
Also
you
like
win and then lose? Maybe
basically
also
I
interesting.
think like in game one, like the round one was like I was able to get important damage earlier on Glimora and then be able to just go in trick room without forcing a lock with going trick room, forcing a lock on Dondozo, and then Ursula and Whimsicott kind of did their job. And instead, like in the second round, especially like Sebastian and Robert were friends, so basically he already knew
Yeah.
what I was going
No,
to
the
do.
worst.
So I had to like go for Insane and Farigiraf each game and like guess the first turn. I guess Satsuki and Glimora each time. And in game three actually, um, I made a pretty bad mistake in a position where like by going for Trick Room I would have won the game guaranteed, and instead I for some reason just doubled Typhlosion because I feared a taunt, but like even if taunt in that position came out, it wasn't that problematic. And with the play that I made, basically I only won if I killed the Typhlosion that turn. But which like I should have killed, but yeah, Muddy Water dropped the Incineroar and a missed knockoff
Oh
onto
no.
Typhlosion, and I lost the game off of that. But like I guess this that I don't like about Regage is basically that there's so much variability. So like it kind of feels like you're like people are getting rewarded for no reason. Uh, basically like my opponent I think played really well, but at the same time like if I don't miss a win, but but just looking from my perspective, had I just gone for Trick Room, I would have won the game. Um, like sure, I was very lucky, but I could have been able to just play around the variability, right? And
Hmm.
that's kind of like the thing about Regage, that basically if you watch it as like a player versus player perspective, it feels very unfair, because like yeah, you see like Diacross coming around like sleep powders, the this thing here, like there are so
Screenshots.
many things screenshot, and so it just feels pretty unfair a lot of times if you look it from like a player versus player perspective. But if you look it as more like a player versus game perspective, more as like I'm playing the game, and then I do not care like what who I'm playing against, and then it kind of like revert to like some kind of like single mode, a single player mode. It kind of makes more sense because you get a lot more punished just off of the fact that just of the fact that you didn't play optimally. And yeah, that I don't think I play optimally. I think I play unoptimally most of the time. So you could understand my frustration about Regage.
I do understand it, but it's still better. Like I don't know. I think it's still better to play that instead of Reg F, where every single turn you have to make some kind of reads. Like I don't know, everything I've watched so far, at least like the World Cup games from the Victory Road World Cup, and I played a little bit myself on stream here and there. And Reg F, also watching games back, like I watched some of the EUIC games from 2 years ago, and regulation F is even more stupid. I think Regulation F is actually terrible, and I hate it already because so many stupid reads, especially against like sub Lando, sub Fluttermane, or like these Ogre Pom Wellspring, which can click follow me, but when they don't, and when it's
Yeah.
in our Willaboom teams, it's when Thunderclap, my Sucker Punch, my games.
This is
Yeah.
a
I
good
also
point to
I
transition to one of our
also
last two topics, which is actually, what did you guys play in Reg F? I wanted to know your Reg F takes, and also what were you playing back then when we originally played it. Luca, throw it over to you first. What were you using? Do you have a tournament I can pull up?
I was using a lot of things centered around the Ogre Pawn and just basically like Icy Wind offense. I played a lot of like the Ben Lando plus Tornadoes because it was a college I really liked. And yeah, and after that I settled on just like going for Icy Wind attacks with Fire Ogre Pawn and Urshifu Water. Um, I agree with Michael on a lot of things. I'm not particularly fond of Reggae Cheater. Oh, sorry, Reggae Cheater. I do prefer it over Reggae though. In my like
That's
I
valid.
just prefer where like power level is a bit higher. I don't know where is because like maybe the this decisions seem to matter the most, whereas like in Regage a lot of times you could like just play with Reliance in and they're just so much stronger than the rest of the format and they just kind of outlive everything. So it kind of feels like you're not really playing yourself, like you're letting the Pokemon play for you, and that's not really how I like the games to be played. I really like when basically every decision matters, and yeah, that's really what happens with when like power level increases, and that's technically why I prefer like the restricted formats, but yeah. Uh,
Boo, boo. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't like the restricted formats as much. But yeah, MDB. What
That's
about
also
you? What were
valid.
you playing?
Um, it's pretty funny because in Reg F I had my worst tournament of my life and also my best tournament at that time. Like I had a top 4 finish in Utrecht, and like a 5-4 finish in Dortmund. And I only changed one thing from Dortmund to Utrecht, and that was getting rid of my Arcanine and replacing it with Entei. So I also pretty much played Icy Wind offense the entire format. I also played with an EUAC, finished top 60 for an EUAC, and I just like the combination of Fluttermane Entei, it just stuck to me. Like I played Fluttermane Entei at Worlds that year, right, in Hawaii. So Fluttermane Entei has been always a combination that I'm a big fan of. And I think Substitute Landorus is just a broken Pokemon in the meta. Like every time I see it and every time I play against it, I'm like, oh, not again. Time to unleash Corviknight.
True. Earthworm,
And
Earthworm, Earthworm.
Overwhelm, yeah. Fun fact, like I talked about the Pokemon without a day 2. Orthworm does not have a single day 2 in Reg F either.
I will
I don't
change
know
that.
why.
It'll be me. It has to
I
be
hope
me.
so. It should have been me.
The
But yeah,
problem, like the problem with Warform is that yeah, the only ground type is the only good ground type is Landorus, so
also
you
Luna.
don't
It
you,
won EOA singles right
Tinglu,
there.
Tinglu, he's
yeah, well,
okay.
yeah, but like is Tinglu is just bad, like it's just bad, like and you definitely don't want
What?
Tinglu to just go. You don't want Tinglu to go for Earthquake.
No, I know you. The strongest thing about Earthworm was when you could use it with Earthquake, and if Earthquake's not a strong
Dragonite,
button, then
Gyarados. We
well,
have
yeah, that
seen
part's
some of
fun.
both.
Take me back. Take me
Um,
back. Take me back.
Also, I want to mention like where I just want to mention 2 or 3 more Pokemon where I was like, how on earth do they not have a day 2? Someone has to change it. You in the chat or you on YouTube, you have to change the fate of these Pokemon.
What are they?
Serena actually doesn't have a single day 2 in Reg F.
Adi.
I mean, my bad.
Like priority block has always been good. So why does it not
and
have a
by
day
the
two?
way, if you want to learn how to use Serena, I've got a video for you because I just released my ultimate guide to Rain, where I explain
Right.
exactly how to use Rain and show off my Serena Rain team that I did do very poorly at Vancouver with, but did win 2 locals with, and I thought was actually like had a lot of potential. So no, Serena legitimately I think was the best part of that team and is a Pokemon that definitely should see more usage.
Right. Then we've got Sneasler as well. Like Okidogi had good finishes, but nobody was using Sneasler
Don't run
ever.
Sneasler. I
Um,
don't think it's good
Nah,
in this
but in
one.
Cinderella Terra Fairy Raging Bolt, I'm just saying that I'm just surprised that it isn't up there.
Right.
Um, and there are 3 more. That's it. Just 3 more.
Okay.
Wo-Chien doesn't have a single day too.
Sure.
It just feels left out to all the others, and
Doesn't it always?
it does. But Leech Seed against Raging Bolt. Hello, you can Leech Seed Raging Bolt. And then there's a legendary where I think it's actually quite good, but nobody's using it. It's Spectria. Like
Oh,
either
sure.
support Spectria or Core Mind or Nasty Plot Terra Fairy Spectria. I guess Fluttermane is probably just better, but
Right.
Spectria gets like Will-O-Wisp and it has more physical bulk. And Grimnay is not a bad ability at all. So maybe someone can cook with Spectria. And then the last one I wanted to mention is Iron Valiant. For a Pokemon that has so many tools and not bad stats, it's just a little surprising to see that it doesn't have a single day 2 in a lower power level format like Regulation
Yeah,
F.
but like at the same problem, like at the same time, like Iron Valiant has to rely on the booster energies as well, right? And then it just means that it's a worse Fluttermane.
It
Like
is.
I mean,
in
it does
in
way
a lot of
different
things.
stuff. I
And
can do Wild Guard
and
coaching and
yeah, but at the
stuff
same
like
time, like it's slower than Fluttermane, gets moonblasted and just dies. And even if you go for Terror or something, like you still are stunned and you don't really do anything.
I mean, fairy
And
types with
what
Anchor are good in a Raging Bolt environment. And it also has
that's
Quick
I'll run
Guard against
fair,
Screamtail. I'll run
Incineroar.
Screamtail. I
that's
can do
fair.
Screamtail.
But
All right. Actually, we have
I guess, yeah.
one last thing to get through before we wrap up today. Again, sorry that this has gone long for
It's
our
all
European
right.
guests here. But I did forget to. Honestly, we were supposed to do this one earlier, but I didn't end up opening the link, so I
Right.
messed up on this. But regardless, it has like mild implications, so I did think that we needed to get this one in. And that is Reg I will be the ladder starting in January. It will return for January 5th until an undisclosed date. So I imagine that's probably just like until the end of Scarlet and Violet. I would have to assume. They're probably just riding it out from here, and I mean that kind of makes sense for it to be like the final rule set. I guess Regulation J made a little more sense because it includes like as many Pokemon as possible, but this one includes all of the Pokemon, the restricteds and not, besides Mythicals, that you can use. So yeah, the most interesting thing about this is that like it could potentially be the way that Japan and other TPC regions are qualifying for the World Championships at the very earliest, if they have anything like in February or whatever. We really don't know when Champions is coming out at this point. A lot of people have educated or uneducated guesses, but yeah. Um, this is it's not
There's
going to really affect us unless Champions doesn't come out before the end of March, in which case maybe we'll be going back to Reg I, and I think that seems like probably the most likely course of action for us if we are still playing Scarlet and Violet after March. But yeah, this, I don't know. Does anybody else have any takes on this bit of news?
it's very weird. Like I think what's interesting about it is we already know that there will be global challenges in
In
February.
January, right?
So
Or oh yes, that
I
yeah.
think I don't know if it's in January as well. I think
I don't think
January
they will
too.
January's
open
Grand.
anything.
My bad. I thought you were gonna say Grand.
I think they
Yeah,
will just play
yeah,
in Europe.
yeah. I think the official tournaments will just be like we had it with the GCs in this period, where We had an in-game ladder, which was a way different one when we had in the grand challenges, and I think the global challenges will also do the same. Like we will
Very
have a
could
grand
well could be.
challenge in January. That will be Regulation F, and I don't see a reason why they would then say, "Oh, now we have global challenges. Now the qualification method is obviously like it's for the TPC regions." I I think they will just keep it Regulation F, so it will not have an impact on our beloved online tournaments. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my guess is that champions will come out. Uh, it's like it will come out at Pokemon Day, but
That's what a
the
lot of people are saying. Yeah.
legality will be 1st of April, not 1st of March. They will not say,
Right.
"Oh, champions is out, go play." Like you still have to farm all the
48-hour
stuff first.
marathon. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my guess at least.
All
Yeah.
right.
And it is going to suck for Japan qualifiers. I know John Hu is our friend who's asking like, hey, should I just be laddering right now? And it's like, no, it's like probably your qualifiers are not going to be in Reg I. They're probably going to be in Reg F, like you said, because of the way global challenges work. They're going to be February, March, April, most likely. There's a chance that Japan, they don't, because remember, Ray Rizzo got like lost his
Right.
chance at qualifying for Japan Nats because he reset his game. And so I don't know if they can handle switching from Scarlet and Violet to champions like that outside of the main stage. So they might be qualifying the second stage as well in Regulation F or Regulation I as well. Wouldn't
Yeah.
shock me at all. But yeah, I would expect it to stay Reg F. And then my expected date, I think it's going to be the start of March. I think they're going to announce it on Pokemon Day and they're going to release it a week or two later. Is my guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, this is I mean, it's just wild every day. Every time that we come and do this and we don't have the champions release date, I'm like getting more and more worried. I mean, please just tell me already.
Yeah, but imagine where like qualifiers when champions is already out, they still have to play Regulation F, and everybody like outside is like, "Oh, we're playing champions! Look at us!"
It's so
Yeah,
sad. It's
imagine
so
going
sad.
to Seattle Regionals and having to play Regulation F
Shut
for a
up.
month while Champions is out.
Shut up. Shut up.
I would never.
Oh man. All right.
Poor Seattle
Well,
guys. Also
that's gonna
Houston as well, probably.
yeah. Houston it's in the middle of March, I believe. So um that's going to be it for this week, though, on Tub Takes. Oh, I did have one funny realization earlier, was that the last Regulation H tournament, the first time around, was won by a world champion, and this time it happened again. So that, we're talking about funny little streaks. I don't think we're going to come back to Reg H a third time, but if we do, and it's the last regional, and you're a
You
world
never know.
champion, things are looking good for you.
Who had like who had you had like uh Smart Money, right? Did somebody pick
Oh,
Cherry?
yeah. I think the best
No.
was whoever
No,
picked
we didn't know you was
you.
going.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Agati picked
Me?
you.
But I wasn't even going. Like I literally said on Monday that I was going. But
Yeah, well, we
He
record on
predicted it.
Tuesday, so what's the problem?
oh, true.
There we go. But yeah, so
and
that
Alex, you got to remind me,
yes.
who won the first Regulation F event last time? And what does that
Dude,
tell us
we've talked about
next
it
time
enough
around?
times. We've talked about it enough times. But
It's
if you
gonna
want to
be
look at the
that
least
Adi
meta
guy,
relevant
right?
team of all time, this one
No.
here.
I think your team is actually better than. Don't hate me too much on it, but there are some teams. I read some of his stuff. Like Tola's team, honestly, is not up to date. Like Florian Temis' team is not great. And I think your team is actually decent.
Somebody in the
You
chat
heard it
asked if
here
I'm going to
first.
be going back to it, and I'm not going back to like this exactly, but I might continue to play Pow Night. I liked Pow Night through the format. Will there be a
Yeah,
break from
with
Tub
Northworm,
Takes, or will
right?
there be more this month? I don't know. I mean, Adi and I hadn't really considered taking a break, but also the fact that there are no tournaments means that things will dry up. I think it's going to kind of be like we'll play it by ear. As long as there's stuff to talk about, we'll talk. But if there isn't, then maybe we'll consider it.
Remember, when the DLC releases, we will get stats for megas, and so we will be talking about that. We will have results from these really big Grassroots Reg F tournaments, which will be fun to talk about as well. We maybe will take a break during the holidays, the last week of
Right.
December, but I think that normally we've done a pretty good job of keeping the cadence going, and nothing else, we can find some fun stuff to talk about, I'm sure, if we want to
100%.
keep it going.
Thank you again to both of our guests for joining us. I know it's very late, so thank you for hanging in there.
Thank you for having us.
If you guys are here now but you didn't catch the beginning, this will be up on YouTube tomorrow on Audie's YouTube channel, CK49 VGC, or just CK49. Either way, you'll find it. Yeah, we'll probably be back next week to talk about some of this stuff. Otherwise, we're gonna throw the raid over to somebody. Let's have a quick look. Stabilize streaming again. Let's do
Ryan
it.
has figured out that he wants the top takes raids every week, and we will give it to him.
Ryan
Why not?
Shadow.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night. Say hi from us, and peace out, peeps. Later.